together. There could be a couple of adjustments today and around the league as well as they get their practice squads ready to go. And waiting for the Miami Dolphins to officially get a field goal kicker. And probably, I don't know how banged up the running back room is, but it looks like it could use another. And we'll see about that. But, hey, Woody, come on, man. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift getting engaged finally right before the season.
Not you, bro. Please. This is by the way, this is shameful. I put on ESPN radio driving in this morning, and they're interviewing someone from People magazine about this thing. This is as close as we have to a royal wedding. It's shameful, man.
So I know.
And no, I'm not starting the show with wedding music. No, I wasn't.
I know. and I hear it all the time, like, why do we have to show her so much? Is she good for business or not?
For whose business?
For the NFL business.
I guess.
Not your business.
I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't help your fantasy team or something. I get that.
So they announced it at my son's school yesterday, in his class. They announced it.
Well, everybody. What do you think I got when I got home?
I get
think
it.
My wife was asking me who the backup, who's going to be running down on the special team. She goes, did you see Travis Kelce?
And I was fine until I turned on my radio this morning because I wanted to hear what's going on in the world of sports. And I hear ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports,
hitting it hard,
talking about a wedding between a football player and a singer.
She's got so many followers.
And I'm not trying to be that guy.
I know.
I'm not trying to be the Taylor Swift hater.
I know.
But
she's got so many followers.
Can we just please separate sports from their wedding? Please?
They can't.
Please. I get that it's good for your business.
She's got so many eyeballs. She does.
How many dudes are tuning into ESPN this morning and want to hear about that? Hey,
probably not.
By the way, look at. I know we're doing it. ESPN Radio, the show that's on right now.
It's a love story.
Doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it. It's a love story. And by the way, yesterday we were talking about what kind of year do you think he's going to have? Because he admitted that last year maybe he wasn't as focused and his numbers were down. Well, your numbers were down, not because you weren't focused.
Yeah.
Although it is hard to manage.
Well, he's getting older.
You're 36. You know, you're not going to play like you did when you're 30.
Well, what does they say? Women weaken legs?
Well, I mean,
right? Isn't that what Mickey said?
I did wonder this, and I know it's a new world of sports, but he was bouncing around on his day off, and he was different places last year, and listen, he's all in on the team. Don't get me wrong.
Think any of that stuff matters.
Okay,
man. Do you?
I don't know, but you don't exactly have the normal girlfriend. You've got a girlfriend that goes, "We got a day off. Can we go hang out in the day in New York, and I'll fly us home on my." I mean, it's just different. Right, you and I are scrambling to get a seat on an airplane, and well, should we get a first class or sit with a little extra, pay a few extra bucks to get a little better seat up closer, or sit in the back, or just however you can get me home. Just get me home quickly. Anyway, hey, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Thanks for moving past it, by the way, right now. Yeah,
I just mess with you.
I know. So
you're going to put a dark cloud right over your head.
The only thing that crushed me with it, and I don't care, whatever, but. Tuning into ESPN Radio this morning and hearing them interviewing someone from People magazine. And I'm like, can you guys just talk about what happened yesterday in the NFL?
She connects everything, and it goes right back to the Kansas City Chiefs, who just happen to play in the Super Bowl every year on top of everything else. And so the other one
not this year, Joe.
The other one is what is Patrick Mahomes' wife's relationship, and what was it last year? And
is that a thing?
Oh yeah, my God! Listen, they
still
can't
a problem,
get enough.
Or she's calmed down. I think, right?
I don't know. Those. Meanwhile, the husbands are like, "Look, at whatever's going on, you guys be as famous you want. We just want to try to win another championship. That's all. That's all they want to do." Hey, we got a lot of stuff going on. 53 coming together yesterday, but probably not done. It could use a running back and officially get a kicker to it. We know Jason Sanders is going to be out. Somebody's going to be coming in to kick, and I know there was a name thrown around yesterday that was going to be Riley Patterson, who's been around, 63 of 74. Look, there's a whole bunch of guys that have been in and out of the league that are veterans that you can bring in. I don't think any of them are going to be Jason Sanders, but to get you through, hopefully, and not playing a tight ball game and and not need a close kick, although I'm saying that and I'm thinking, Joe, that's going to be the case in a lot of these games. Field goal kicking and getting that tying field goal or a field goal to put you up 2 scores so the other team can't come. All that stuff comes into play. It just does every week. How many teams play within a 1-score game? And the kicker, when you really look at it, your kicker having a big game really does make a difference. Hell, our guy had 37 field goals last year. 37 field goals. Yeah, I'd say the field goal position was pretty damn important in all those threes that you're able to get to either tie a game up, keep it within a score, win a game, all those kind of things. They do matter. So I know last night my phone was ringing. It got crazy during the day, and people are like, and by the way, I wasn't even there to the whole thing. I'm just watching it come in. So I was not surprised about Cam Good. He was the captain in the last game. I thought right away when I saw him go on the field, as crazy as that sounds, as one of the 3 captains for the last preseason game, I said they have just made a decision ahead of all those guys that are better pass rushers that Cam Good is going to be on the team as one of the core special teams players. Now let's get into some surprises that I probably should have done a better job. It's on me and not on anybody else. And that is they kept a couple of guys that were rookie free agents from a year ago that were on the practice squad all year, never coming up, and I did not see it coming. Jordan Colbert at safety and Isaiah Johnson at cornerback. And I'll be honest. Now, some of those other guys might say they saw it coming. I don't think, if they're being honest, that was the case. But both those guys, 2 big guys, your biggest corner and your biggest safety by coincidence or not, and will be special teams guys for now. And, of course, the other news that broke right after we had Kyle on yesterday was Rasul Douglas is coming in 1 year, $3 million, started at cornerback last year for the Buffalo Bills. And so he comes in. I'm guessing somebody asked me, you think he comes in and starts? I think so. If he's ready to go in the next week and a half, because that's when you're going to play your first game up in Indy. I think the goal would be to get him out there. I don't know if they want him, again, going from 0 to 60 and playing every snap, but I could see Rasul Douglas, Jack Jones rotating in there and playing a lot with Storm Duck, who will play probably every down. And then Jason Marshall will still play inside at the slot. That would be what I would think early on here. And then they got a whole bunch of guys banged up that we got to figure out when they're all coming back. Ethan Bonner, when's he going to come back? I think they have him, if I'm not mistaken. Do they have him on the 53 right now? I'm not exactly sure. I should have known that, but I'm not exactly sure if he is or not. But the surprises, Matthew Butler, defensive tackle, Isaiah Johnson, and Jordan Colbert were my, I didn't see that coming. Now, I got to tell you something else. I looked at the tight ends, the 3 tight ends they ended up keeping, Waller, Connor, and Hill. I'm not sure they're done at that position. As much as they want to run the football, I'm not sure those are going to be the 3 guys. 2 of those guys, really good pass receivers. And one guy in Waller has not played. He is going from he's doing a new one. I've seen guys not play all camp and be involved in joint practices. This is a first for me, though, for a guy that didn't play at all last year and didn't play at all in camp. That's a new one, and we're going to stick him out there. He's they got him number 1 at the depth chart. He's a number 1 guy. And they're going to play him, and we're talking about him like it was a guy I saw play when he was with the Raiders. And if that happens, he is freakish. He athletically was freakish when he was with the Raiders. Yes, he was. He did some things. He was, at times, you couldn't cover him. He could run. He's a big target, and he's got a hell of a story to go with it for all the demons that he fights and everything else. But this is a new one. In your 30s, a year off, a camp off, basically a camp off. I don't count working off the side and and running some routes when nobody's around. I'm talking about being out there and getting involved and some collisions and falling to the ground and learning how to take a hit and getting your shoulder down after somebody's getting ready to hit you and all those things, man. And he hasn't been through it. And that would be my only, because I'm curious like everybody else. When this thing finally comes together with the Colts, and we're finally going to get to that now that we got a pretty good idea what the team's going to look like, I am really curious more about him and how much rust he's going to have and what he's going to look like compared to the guy that we saw play a few years ago. And not the guy that played with the Giants, the guy that played with the Raiders. Can he get back to looking and making some of those kind of plays? At, again, a year off and basically a camp off. That's what this was. This was a camp off. They took it real slow. They said they were going to make it a real slow process and work his way up to get him ready for the Colts. And they're taking a big jump. They're a big step. This last step is a big one, from no joint practice work, no preseason work, obviously, and going to start practicing with the team, and then going to play against the Colts. So we'll see how it all goes. And then, the questions, my belief is last night studying the roster, the 53-man roster is what I thought it was when we started. When everybody gets back, it looks good. I am concerned about depth, overall depth of the team. From the starting five, I'll start with that. The offensive line with Austin Jackson coming back. I worry about if you have to play, you keeping 8 guys right now, how much of a drop-off is it going to be when some of those guys have to play? So that would be number one. And then the rest of everything else, cornerback position and everything else with depth. Now, if those guys stay healthy, I'll give you another one. That's no secret. I like both these guys a lot. I enjoy talking to both of them. I'm a big fan, and that is the rotation on the defensive end position. It could be your strongest position, but we got 2 guys that we need to stay healthy. When they're healthy, they're productive. Every time. Every time they're injured, they come back, they're productive. Jalen and Chubb Bradley have been productive. Can they stay healthy? Can they stay healthy? So that's going to be a big part of it, because I think, as the coach has said and the coordinators have said, that, hey, man, we feel like if our pass rush is, and especially getting creative and all the different things Coach Weaver can do in different places to play them more than just 2 of those guys at a time, but in long yardage situations, put another guy in there to really get after it, will help the secondary a lot. No question about it. But I am not crazy about the depth of this football team. Now, the other good stuff, though, part of the depth, is they're going to keep a lot of young guys on this team. There's going to be all 7 draft picks made to 53. 5 of them will play a lot of football week 1, and we haven't said that. 5 of them, hell, 3 of them could start. So, and the other 2 will play a lot, get a lot of snaps. So, on offense and defense, I'm obviously one of them's Ollie Gordon that I'm counting on, and the other's Marshall in the nickel position to be able to play. But so they're going to have a lot of guys. All 7 draft picks will be on the roster. Quinn Ewers will be there. Had a nice camp, deserves to be there, and then we'll go from there. So again, I think the coaches be the first ones when they're sitting in their meetings going, man, we got a chance if this thing can stay healthy. And I just threw out a lot of things in there that you heard, and but yeah, it's deep some places. It is deep. I think the wide receiver position's in good shape, although when it's not Tyreek and it's not Jalen Waddle, it's going to look a lot different. As you saw during preseason football, it looks a lot different. Things don't happen, and we got to get those 4 guys back for the Colts. I'm counting on them being back because I was told they're all going to be back for the Colts game, and they're the 4 guys that we haven't seen at all, are very, very little in camp. starting with Achane and starting obviously with Tyreek Hill and Austin Jackson at right tackle, who you're paying good money to. And when he's right, he's pretty darn good. He's a good, solid right tackle. And you got to have those guys. And that's going to be a big part of this thing, is being able to have those guys ready to go. That will be, you get that speed back and you get those guys back. And look, and honestly, we haven't seen much of Jalen Waddle. They've been real careful on how they've used him. And now it's time to let him go. Let him go and get this thing going. Hey, we got to go to break, man. It was just a little teaser to start the morning. And we've got a lot of stuff. We'll get into some more stuff as well. We got obviously something that's a little more important than this 53-man roster going on Sunday here in town. Miami is jumping into it, man. In week 1, they are jumping into it. The last game of the weekend, the Sunday night game against Notre Dame on ABC. They are By the way, I don't even know. I see Channel 7 promoting the game. I'm so effed up on where that game's going to be. I'm still getting used to this ABC thing, and it's an
What's going on with that, by the way?
I don't know. I saw
a lot of people are losing ABC. Am I right on that?
I don't know.
The local ABC, different TV provider. I know there's a fight going on right now. I think it's Fox is involved too, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. WSVN was promoting
but
it.
I
They're
thought
going to have games on.
was involved in some sort of the fight as well.
Well,
but they broke off from ABC.
Yeah,
they
did. I think they did.
Very complicated. You'll find the game.
We'll find it.
Hopefully.
Oh, no. You'll find it. You punch in ABC, that sucker's going to pop up somewhere. That game's going to pop up.
Talking to your remote. Tell Hurricanes game, please.
You know what? That remote's a hell of a lot smarter than I am, right? So I tell my dad, when in doubt, just talk to that thing, man. Just talk to that thing. You'll be fine. Hey, it's kind of like going to your South Florida Chevy dealers. You're going to be fine when you go there. You're going to be fine as good wine when you see that SUV family. Right now, it's your South Florida Chevy dealers. Man, I've been talking a lot about it. Matter of fact, somebody said, we got some real nice cars and we got some great trucks. I said, I know you do, but you got an SUV family. You know what? I'm a little selfish. And they said, please stop talking about the Tahoe. And I said, no, I love my 2025 Tahoe. I love all the space you get with it. And I don't even need it all anymore. The kids have grown up. I don't even need it at all, but I sure like driving it. And I will tell you the same thing for a Suburban. And when I'm not talking about those two, I go right to the midsize, all-new Equinox. The electric Equinox got everything you want. When you start looking at convenient driver tech, you look at a fantastic look and all that space for you and your family. Midsize, but yet all that room for your family, even if you got some 6-footers in the family. Oh, my gosh. Plenty of room for family and friends to enjoy themselves. And, hey, that's not it. I do want to tell you about Silverado trucks. We make a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle with a choice of 4 strong options, each one delivering commanding power with roll-formed high-strength steel, impressive cargo volume, and 12 standard tie-downs. You need a full-time working truck, something you can depend on that can work 7 days a week like you do right now? Well, you need to go get that Silverado truck. Strong, durable, #1 selling Silverado truck. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
104.3
All right, Joe, Miami football reports on WQAM are sponsored by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. MDCPS Technical Colleges offer over 60 affordable accredited programs, day or evening hands-on training aligned with local employers. Call 305-558-8000 or visit careertoyear.com and launch your future today.
Yeah, how about skipping school and just get into something, man? We can get a job quickly. Get something you like, something you enjoy doing every day. Anyway, hey, listen, we've got something we enjoy. That's talking about sports, man. We got a lot of stuff going on. By the way, last night, so I'm still watching this baseball. I just want to let you know at the end of the night, when you need a break from a 53-man roster and seeing who got cut around the league and the quarterback and who's going to start for the Saints. And by the way, a bunch of quarterbacks got chopped yesterday. Well, I'll tell you what, it is incredible. The amount of quarterbacks are really good in college that just don't work out. It really is. I mean, some guys that played in a lot of really good, not even all the first round guys that don't work out. Just guys in general that team said, you know, this guy's got a chance to be our quarterback. And now they're like on their fourth team, which we've had happen the last few days. Some more guys that have been starters got released yesterday. And it just always amazes me. So you're looking at it, you're trying to get a guy, you go, all right, he's got some talent. He's athletic. Oh, he can run. Yeah, he'd be good in our system. I think he'd work in our system, what we're doing. We just got to work with him. Yeah. Some fundamental stuff, right? Footwork, reads, you know, the game's a little faster. And the next thing you know, we're a couple years into it. These guys 25, 26 years old. And teams are going, he can't play. Not going to work. You know, they sit back there, all those guys having those meetings together, 30 coaches doing, he can't play. It's amazing. It really is incredible as you put these rosters together and all this stuff. But I did catch myself and enjoy putting the TV on. I'm still on this Marlins thing. They're still fun to watch. It was 2-2 last night before you heard Woody in the update if you were with us. 9-run ninth inning for the Braves. They lose 11-2. 110 start today. I will say this. They have some guys mostly through the trades. Not guys they've drafted, but guys through all these trades they've made. And a lot of them are hurt, by the way. Not good. But every time somebody's not playing well or gets injured, they bring another guy up. And it looks like if they could ever keep all the guys that teased us this year. I called it tease because, you know, you get through most of the season and some guys are down and not playing well or not playing at all. But I got to tell you, man, if I could come back and, again, you hope they'll add a few pieces, but they probably won't. But Perez, Cabrera, and Alcantara. And by the way, Alcantara might be the third best pitcher of the three of them right now. But I'll take him. Had a nice outing last night, although it's kind of hard because you're seeing 11-2 and you're thinking he got blown out. He actually pitched well. But Lopez, Ramirez at catcher, Stowers is playing like an all-star. Then he gets injured. And I don't know if he's coming back. Edwards. And now Marcy. This guy Marcy is looks like he could be one hell of a piece to this team. Anyway, so they've got some guys that look like, again, they're getting their feet wet right now and getting a chance to play. And Conine and some other guys will be coming back. But obviously, besides being a tease, you have to be durable. That doesn't change. You need guys that can make it through a season and play. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up because I was watching that last night, and I know it's football season. Don't get all crazy on me here early in the morning. And then we got just a great first weekend of college football. God, is it just Texas at Ohio State at noon? Are you kidding? Did I see that 12 o'clock? Did I see that for lunch and a couple of cocktails? That Texas and Ohio State 1 versus 2, with all the Arch Manning stuff to it and everything else. That's going to be fun. Bama at FSU. Want to see what Bama looks like? And honestly, how much better is FSU than that horrible season they're coming off of. I mean, horrible season. After the guy went undefeated the year before in the regular season. Hell, through the whole through the conference game.
I don't think they get blown out in that game, right?
I hope not. I like to see a good game.
Hold it close.
I'm not sitting there and wanting Alabama or FSU. I'd like to see a close game.
We got a game tomorrow too, man. We got to show a little love here.
Go ahead, get your team in there.
Well, the Bulls are playing Boise State tomorrow.
Ooh, that's not good for you.
Why? We have a marquee game, bro. 5:30 on a Thursday.
Boise State. And now Boise State, they're the rebels of the West, bro. That little school out in the middle of nowhere that has that blue field. Don't think they haven't loaded that bad boy up again. I
think the Bulls are counting on it being a hot night in Tampa. So, hopefully that'll help them, at least get them.
By the way, it will help some. I have to admit.
I don't know what the weather is like in Boise, Idaho.
We were talking yesterday about home field advantage with weather.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking at when you play certain teams, right? Like you want to play Buffalo in December up there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, right now we want to play Buffalo anytime the way they owned us. But so you got Buffalo up there, should be warm. Week 3 should be a nice warm game. So we can't, that one. And then our advantage against the Patriots coming down here. That heat that I played in yesterday at 11 o'clock, not 1 o'clock, 11 o'clock, was brutal. And you know what happens on a nice clear day. On one side, it's nice and shady, and the other side, it's a sauna bath.
I don't know how much you think it'll play into Sunday's game with Miami, but just looking at it, like Notre Dame, Joe, it's 70 degrees in South Bend. That's the high. So I know it's an evening game. I know the sun will be
it's
down
still
just about by kickoff, but it's hot on that field,
it is
man.
Still.
There's no air down there. It's humid as hell.
Yeah.
I think that plays a big factor in this game, doesn't it? You're coming, by the way.
Did you go double big?
No, but the weather looks great there. They got a high of 75, a low of 55. Sunny. It looks beautiful there.
Yeah.
Coming into this crap,
it will be different weather. There's no question.
Maybe we'll get a little of that rain in there too to just really mess things up for them.
I'm guessing in this first game of the year, both teams will be rotating some guys in. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would think so. That might come as a shock to a team that has not been in this weather at all.
It's not like
to fly into this stuff for game number 1.
Like they haven't played here or are aware of it.
Yeah, but they usually play here late in the year, though.
Anyway,
one of those those bowl games or something.
I mean, yes,
it's going to play a factor in this game.
Okay,
I hope so. I'm here to tell you.
I hope they. All your knowledge of that stuff. I'm really going with that there.
I just know that I'm uncomfortably hot when it's out there. So,
I just hope we have a good game. I do. I hope Miami.
I hope Miami beats them by 50, but that would be a good game, wouldn't it?
Listen, Notre Dame is coming in. They got a rolling right now. This coach is really good. He's really good. They are coming off playing in the national championship game. And you can ask the Canes and you can ask a lot of other schools. It's hard to get there. No matter how this setup is right now in college football, Notre Dame had to have some good wins to be able to get to that championship game. And honestly, they got right back in that game at the end of it before Jeremiah made this ridiculous third down play down the sideline.
Yeah. Hey, man, Notre Dame's got a style of football that, if they can establish and play the way they want to play, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah.
They're not a little team. So
no, they would gladly take their 2 running backs, if not 3, and run it down your throat, throw short passes, control everything. And get you totally out of you worrying about their passing game down the field, and they just been able to run it. They would love to come out of this game with 220 yards rushing and a 5.8 or a 6-yard average, and you're going, oh boy, this is.
And that's why,
chewing up minutes.
We're talking about this out there. Isn't this the type of game where you want to just take the ball first and just see if you can't hit them with something big to start this game? Because if they have to play from behind, I think that obviously would take them out of what they want to do. But if they jump on you first, I think you could find yourself in a little bit of trouble. Because I do think they'll be a tough team to come back against.
Yeah, I just tell everybody that's still talking about the last Notre Dame game that we were heavy underdogs against.
And they pounded them.
And pounded them.
Yeah.
This team has just a little different.
They're better. Nothing in common. Is that what you're going to say?
I'm not saying that, but I'm
No, they're
saying
a
that
lot
this
better.
coach has
Yes,
done
they're a lot
this
better.
guy's done a hell of a job. Like you
Yeah.
talk about a perfect guy.
Freeman's a good coach.
He's done.
He's actually likable, by the way.
He
which
is likable
weird because that program is very unlikable.
They've had two guys that I'm not a fan of. Yeah. One calls himself the president of the Catholic Club, and the other one,
Lou?
yeah. And the other guy's up at LSU and not very popular.
Oh, Brian Kelly's a bum. But the Lou thing was funny yesterday, by the way, with Coach Jimmy.
Yeah.
How great was that? Not a fan either, I guess, huh?
Well, didn't Lou come out and say he wanted to fight Jimmy Johnson? Now you're a tough guy. I'm talking about a guy that's, not doing so well in his health right now. But anyway,
yeah,
we got to go to break here. Hey, man, I just want a good game before we get into personal stuff and how you feel. And
it is kind of a personal rivalry, though, isn't it? Like it's kind of a vicious rivalry.
It is for two teams that don't play each other all the time, but the history has been so strong that, we've had people come on and say, listen, Joe, some of the guys did not even play against them, and I get it. It's not like they play all the time, so a lot of Canes guys coming through did not play. They're aware of it, but they will tell you it has nothing to do with Florida and Florida State.
No, it doesn't. But they're going to play a lot more now, I would think, Joe, right?
Yes, they're going to be in that rotation in the new agreement. Hey, we'll play, but we want to make sure Notre Dame too. Notre Dame wants to make sure Miami's on the rotation. Give you an idea of where they are. All right, Woody, we've got a lot of news to get to, including a couple guys that didn't make the 53-man roster that have been around for a while, and two guys been around for a while that are still on the 53-man roster. We'll have some of that for you. Talk a little bit more about the makeup of this Miami Dolphins football team. We'll have Alan Poupart join us a little bit later on, and we'll talk about it and see what he has to say about the cornerback position, including the new cornerback on this team that they picked up in Rasul Douglas. All right, right now, I want to talk to you about Chapman Partnership this morning, man. I love talking about an organization that does great work for the homeless and have for a long, long time. And before you get turned off by the homeless situation, because they bother you at every stoplight and stop sign, you're like, why? And some of them are screaming at you and everything else. Listen, Chapman Partnership is about rehabilitation. They bring them in from the homeless. A lot of families, about half the people that stay at the two Chapman Partnership locations are families, and bring them in 3 to 4 months of rehabilitation for mental, physical doctors to come in and really help you get back together. Dentists, all these doctors donate their time at Chapman Partnership, by the way. To those people that do that, thank you so much, man. They do it all the time. But they got a lot of great services over there. And then bottom line is within 3 to 4 months is help them find an apartment, help them find a job, a good job to get the families back together, help people get back out on their own. So we're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. 30 years of hope for over 3 decades. Chapman has assisted over 145,000 individuals and families to overcome self-sufficiency. Join me in 2025 to celebrate and support their mission and really show them a path towards being back out on their own, getting a second chance. Join me at WQAM to show support to one of my favorite charities that really does make a difference in our community. Any level of support is impactful. I can tell you that. If you want to donate your time, you want to go down and see it for yourself, it's impressive. But if you have money as well, they'll take anything. It's growing. The problem's not going away with the homeless. You can help support families and individuals overcoming homelessness at Chapman here in 2025. Go online to chapmanpartnership.org. Anything you can give will make a difference. Thank you so much.
Miami's
Sports Talk on WQAM is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
All right, Woody, and thank you. As we went through cuts yesterday, I still look at the roster. A couple guys banged up. I'm not so sure they're not going to get put on IR on the roster. It looks to me like they still need another running back. And it seems to me like there could be, well, we know there's going to be a kicker. They got to sign a kicker. You're not going to have Jake Bailey doing what he did in that third preseason game. That's not going to happen. The other one is, could there be some more help coming at tight end? And could there be somebody on the offensive line that adds a little bit more depth? Went with 8 guys, and Austin Jackson coming back, and obviously Larry Borom, who's played in his position throughout the right tackle position throughout preseason. So we'll see what might be added. Now the good news is, besides everybody's talking about, oh man, such a sad day, all those guys got cut. A lot of those guys have already been told, hey man, if you don't get picked up by somebody else, we got a position on the practice squad. 16 of them, practice squad positions. And as the season goes on, a lot of those guys are going to be playing. A lot of those guys are going to get moved up. And they'll get off practice squad pay into full salary pay, which, by the way, I believe starts at like $12,500 a week. Not bad. Not bad money to go out and practice, learn the system, give a good look, and keep working with your position coach and the coordinators out there to get yourself ready to play. Now, I'll give you a great example of it. We had 3 guys that made the roster that were free agents in 2024. They were rookie free agents in 2024. 3 of them. No rookie free agents made this 53-man roster. Usually there's one. None on this group. But 3 from last year, including Storm Duck, who's starting, and the best story. But also now, Isaiah Johnson, rookie free agent a year ago. And he was on practice squad all year. So he's now on the roster. And Jordan Colbert, as of right now, a rookie, big safety, and is going to play special teams, I'm sure. He made it. And he was also on the practice squad all last year. So 3 2024 rookie free agents made it and on this team. So stayed around. Worked hard on that practice squad, got noticed, got themselves ready to go in the system, and ended up, by the way, not by accident, happened to be the biggest safety you have and the biggest corner at 6'3". Isaiah Johnson, big athletic guy that I know they really like a lot coming out of Syracuse. So more work to be done today. You'll see a lot more names that you thought, well, they're gone. They'll be coming back. A couple of names that everybody's wondering. Tyndall, who's been in the middle linebacker, our first draft pick taken with a 3rd round. I don't know how many years ago now. Was it 4 years ago? He was released. And Ezekama, another guy that's been around here for a long time, and it just hasn't worked out for a zillion different reasons. Injury, didn't trust him, all those things that come in. So he was released. And the guy that is here, and apparently made a nice, strong run at the end here because he was hurt a lot of camp. Cam Smith is back. 2nd-round pick out of South Carolina. I don't think they have him in plans to play, to start right away. But if somebody goes down, he could, and probably at some point we'll get a chance. The guy's got 9 lives, and we'll get a chance once again to show that he can play. I will say this. If he wasn't a 2nd-round pick and our first pick taken, he would be long gone by now. There is no question in my mind. We can talk about his talent, all the things he does right. We know all the stories. I mean, a lot of stuff about him's out. The immaturity, the conditioning, all that stuff. If he wasn't a 2nd round that you gave a lot of signing bonus money to. And he's got talent. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he does things and, can get in and out of his break and things that he does do. And at South Carolina that we took in a second round. But there is no question in my mind that if Cam Smith was a 7th-round pick or a 6th-round pick or a guy they got from somebody else, he would have never been given this many opportunities. No question in my mind. I would debate any coach anywhere. You would never put up with the immature stuff and a guy that's never done it, not being in the best shape of anybody. Just especially, there are two positions that you stay in really, really good shape. Wide receivers and cornerbacks, man. They run more than anybody, especially cornerbacks. Hell, they never come off the field, some of those guys. That one thing you never worry about with those guys is that they stay in great shape. And you hear about his conditioning, not 1 year, but a second year, and you just go, you're lucky, man. You're lucky you're a second-round pick. Hey, we got a lot of stuff to get to. A lot of good stuff, man. If this roster can stay healthy, front part of it looks real good. Back part, a little bit of a question mark, the depth of this team. But it all starts, we'll all find out together, starting next Sunday against the Colts on the road, followed by the Patriots on our home opener the following week at 1 o'clock. The old Don Shula, let's play them all at 1 o'clock. And can we play a whole bunch of home games in September and October? We would love that. All right, we got to go to break. Got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on. But first, I do want to take something that's very important. It's hurricane season. You see the noodles going all over the place, and the new one's out there, and it's going left and it's going right. They all kind of start, though, headed towards South Florida. You ever notice that? Well, it is hurricane season, and that leads me to this. You need to protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Yeah, it's one thing to have impact windows and doors. Chef said, hey, wait a second, man. We're going to put roofs on, too. People ask us all the time. He added the roofing part of the company, went out and got some great people. And if you have an old leaky roof, replace your old roof now and pay later. That sure helps. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com. Or you can call during working hours, 954-500-LOCK. They got a great staff in there. Big sports fan. But also love to tell you about the great products and how they can help you, covering all of South Florida. Chev and the gang over there are going to take really good care of you. So if you've been thinking about it, pick the phone up, check them out. Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
Final roster cuts yesterday. The team will be able to put their practice squad together today with players clearing waivers. The season opens a week from Sunday in Indianapolis. And to the Marlins, who fell to the Braves 11-2. Atlanta scored 9 in the top of the ninth to break a 2-2 tie. Teams will meet for the rubber match today with the first pitch at 1:10 from Lone Depot Park. Joe, send it back to you, man.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. A lot of stuff, stuff going on, and still a lot of work. They're really the 53-man roster is really tied in with the practice squad, and a lot of those guys that were real close. And man, we really liked you. We just had too many guys. They're either going to get picked up today or they're going to be on the Miami Dolphins practice squad. Now, we didn't have that thing a long, long time ago. It used to be you got cut, you were done, you went back home, and they told you, stay in shape, you may get a call. We may need you. So while you're getting that other job, and we had guys doing everything, man. We had guys who went back to school. They're in the middle of school, going back to school, and they got a call in the middle of the year. Hey, we need you. Are you in shape? Oh, yeah, I'm in great shape. And, or, guys that already had their degrees or were doing other jobs and working, and a lot of guys have families. And so, but now that practice squad, man, it's a game changer for a lot of these guys. First of all, it keeps your dream alive. The team's not going to put you on that practice squad unless they think you have a chance that you can help that team down the road. So it really isn't 53. It really is about 69 guys because they're going to be with the team. Hell, our guys travel. A lot of our guys, practice squad guys, travel with the team. Sit back there with those guys. On game day, they sit back on our bus and get a chance to shoot the breeze with them. So they get to see it, man, up close and a feel of game day and going to stadiums around the country and the whole deal. So it is kind of a big day today, although, hey, I get it, man. We're all looking at the roster and how good is it? Is it good enough? And who can you be? Who can you win? And how healthy can we stay and all that stuff? And I know nobody wants to hear about the injury bug, but you can tell by what just happened in camp. Guys are going to get hurt. And you help, you kind of hope when they do get injured, it's a couple weeks and not a season-ending injury or out for 4 or 5 weeks, and they put them on IR because that's at least 4 weeks once they're out from there. So, and they got to make some decisions on some guys still on the roster right now. Hey, how hurt are you and how long is it going to take for you to come back? Like Ashton Davis is counted as one of the safeties right now. He doesn't look like he's close to coming back. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is. But we got a lot of safeties, and it's weird. I think we got 6 safeties on this team right now, and little high for 2 positions and special teams and everything else. That's a big number. So, and again, probably need a running back, need another healthy running back to be on the 53. And also you got to get a field goal kicker to come in here while Jason Sanders is getting healthy. And then the other thing, as far as the Colts go, all those guys they promised us and said they'll be back. We need to have them back. Achane, Waller, Hill, and Jackson. It's a big part of what you're counting on. Tight end, wide receiver, your number 1 running back, and your starting right tackle. Now, they're counting all those guys being ready to go. I was told yesterday they're counting on everybody to be ready to go next week against the Colts, those guys. And that make a big difference. That's a lot of speed on a real fast track up in against the Colts. Hey, listen, man, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know you got to go take care of business against the Colts. Daniel Jones versus Tua Tagovailoa. The Colts wide receivers versus the Miami Dolphins wide receivers. You got to win. Even if it has to be a little mini shootout, you got to win that. Daniel Jones has not played well in a game that counts in a long, long time. He got cut last year by the Giants. He goes, I want to be released. And they said, thank you. Goes to another team, sits and watches, and now comes and is wins the starting job with the Colts. You got to win that.
I'm with you on this one, man. I told you how big I think this game is. Hey, but you know what? We're going to find out if Mike McDaniel's got anything left in the idea factory up there.
By the way, that's a great call, Woody.
He's had how many months, Joe, to prepare for this game?
I got one better than that.
And just he better have some serious creativity going for week one in this one.
Mike has added more guys to his offensive staff. And I've been telling everybody this, and I haven't even asked the team. When I saw they added Bobby Slowick to this group, who was offensive coordinator for the Texans last year. And they all have a relationship, and he wanted him on here. He gave him some form of a coordinator at the end of his title. You got Bevel, Smith, and Slowick that all have coordinator titles in there, some form of it. And I look at it for one thing. We got to figure out how to get the ball back down, to your point, Woody, to throw the ball back like we did a couple years ago. I don't want to hear they figured this out. It's like they made a move, and now it's time for you to make a move back. It's a game of chess. You made a nice move. I couldn't figure it out. You win. Now I got more people to help me and figure out how. And if that means some people try to simplify, well, if we can run the ball, the safeties will come up and join the game. And I don't know if that's true, man, because they're always going to be worried when you put your game plan against the Miami Dolphins. The first two things you're going to be worried about the most are Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. And that's not changing because their numbers were down last year. It's not changing. So, Woody, that is a great point that we'll have a lot of time to talk about, and that is figuring out to get those skinny post routes back, those slants inside where the timing, where Tua does it so well, takeoffs, corner routes, being able to throw it over the top.
I want to see the high-flying stuff, but, Joe, here's the other thing, too. Like, it's short yardage, right? It's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. You know, last year, it's like you're throwing a ball 5 yards in the backfield. You're pitching the ball. You're doing screen passes. You're doing those bubble screen. Like, they're doing all this garbage on these short yardage plays, and it just got so stale. It was almost like everyone knew what was coming at them last year.
It was like
late in the year.
You told the league we can't run the football, so we have to try to get the ball outside where the guys can block in front of them, and we have a chance to get a first down. I'm with you, and that is one of the reasons you went out and got a pair of 320, 330-pound offensive guards. Looks like they made a lot more of an effort to run the football, and you now have a 225-pound, strong-running rookie running back that honestly, Woody, because we're half short yardage in goal line situations first week. There's going to be a 3rd and 1, right?
Yes.
There's going to be a 4th and 1 in really good field position, and you got a new kicker.
There always is.
So you're going to be thinking, we got to set the tone for the season. That's going to be my thought with Mike, and he's going to go put Ollie Gordon in there. We need 4th and a yard, 3rd and a yard, and let's run it inside. We got to establish something here in week 1. You're
going to be stubborn with it. You're just going to keep pounding away.
Well, you got to do some of that, Woody. You're sitting here bitching. You can't. I mean, you want to just keep going that outside stuff?
No,
you throw it outside.
I just hope they can. I hope they can do it. I hope they can do it because it did not look good in the preseason.
Well,
so I hope it looks different in the regular season. But again, man, you got to see a little bit of creativity from this offense here,
I don't think
this is where offensive guru Mike McDaniel needs to shine.
I don't know about all the creativity stuff that we saw a couple years ago where he faked people out and guy went in motion and came back the other way. I mean, the league has never now seen everything he does. They've had a couple years to see everything that Mike has done.
Which is why it needs to be a fresh approach, right?
He's
got to have something left in the tank here, Joe.
So this is why I disagree with you. We did the same thing over and over again. And I'm only going by my years being there. No, I'm just telling you.
I know,
but hey, this is what we do best. You can't stop it. This is what we do. It's like a team that runs the
I
ball.
know, but the Dolphins don't have that kind of talent that you guys have. So it's you can't really compare.
Yeah, but you're just saying like you want trick play. You sound like you just want a bunch of trick plays. Well, that's stupid.
I want some.
What do you think you're going to have
creativity.
like 9 trick plays a game? Come on, Woody, you're better than that.
I know not gonna be that many, Joe, but I don't think
Come
the Dolphins
on.
are like some uber talented team where you can just
Woody,
go like the Eagles or something and just go straight at them.
Woody,
Straight at other teams.
well, he's going to do motion like they did and get their guys outside and do some
think
things.
there needs to be some creativity. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, it's just,
and I want to see what kind of game Mike calls.
Just a real general creativity.
No, I just want to see what kind of game Mike calls in the opener.
Hey, Woody, at some point,
it did feel like other teams were starting to figure them out.
At some point, you have to be able, on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, run between the tackles and get first downs. You talked about all offseason. We got to get more physical on the offensive line. You wasn't by accident that you brought in 2 guards, and they're pretty good sized guys. Your rookie takes up 2 seats on the airplane. You got some big dudes. You got to be able to get some movement and pick up that yard. I'm with you, man. I like all the cool stuff when we fool somebody and they look bad and start in motion one way and go back the other.
But that's like, if I asked you what the team's identity was, what do they do well? That would be it, man. Like they're fast. They're a fast team. They're not some smash mouth.
That's why those guys
type of team
need to get back with the big play. We can talk about all the other things and running for 130 yards a game and all that. They got to get the 2 guys they paid $60 million between on the outside. They got to get those guys back in with big plays.
And the question becomes, how do you do that? Because I don't think there are any teams out there that are getting fooled. You can't just say, "Hey, Tyreek, go deep." No one's getting fooled anymore, man.
Well,
and by the way, that's if Tyreek is still Tyreek. That's another question mark heading into the season, right?
Not for me. I saw a guy run a pair of 10 100 meters, unless you didn't believe it.
I know you did.
Did you see him? Or you heard the sign?
I saw it. Yeah, okay. I saw it.
You kept him around because you believe he can still play.
Mark around him at all? Pretty limited recently.
I think once this drama with this divorce is over, things are a lot better. I mean, if you're just down on everything, I get it. You are, and that's fine because it's more than fair. But my God, man, it's you got some guys there that need to get back. You put in a full off season to work on a lot of things that should work and what people are doing against you and how you're going to counter. You had months and months to work on. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like. Tell you what else I can't wait to see is your South Florida Chevy dealers, man. I got to tell you, when it comes to South Florida Chevy dealers and the SUV family, man, it is nice. The all-new Equinox, the electric Equinox SUV, whether it's about the convenient driver tech, all the space, or just a great look. Boy, your South Florida Chevy dealers has never looked better than it does right now. Hey, by the way, and if that doesn't do it for you, check out the 2025 Traverse. We like to say it's just a little brother to the Tahoe, just a little bit smaller, but man, it's got everything. It's so much room and a great look. That turbocharged 2.5 liter engine gets you better performance. Really got everything you could ever want. Right over to Tahoes and Suburbans for the big boys. If you just need unlimited space for you and the family to get around, check it out, man. Chevy was going to tell you, SUV families never look better than it does right now. Right over to Silverado Trucks, man. Legendary Silverado Trucks. 4 strong options. It's like we've made a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. And if that means working 5, 6, 7 days a week, and that's how you make a living with that truck, Silverado's ready to work with you every day. Hey, take a test drive. We got 14 dealerships throughout South Florida. You're going to have a great experience. See your South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
Sports lives here. 104.3
15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored is brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. Learn more at Lexus.com.
Man, there's some things in football. I'm sorry if I'm sounding like I'm 200 years old. But at some point on this offense, and we try to figure out what it's going to look like, first of all, I go where the money goes. And you paid your quarterback and those two wide receivers a lot of your salary cap. And that's got to be a big part of this offense overall. And the second thing that's never going to change, no matter what kind of offense you run, 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, especially with a backup field goal kicker, and you're not real sure that you got to be able to get that yard. And I'm not talking about getting creative by throwing it out wide to one of your speed guys, and you just got to be able to run it. Now, my number one choice would be Ollie Gordon II. At 6'2", 225 pounds. It looked like the other night he was like, man, everybody's hurt. I'm going to show these friggin' guys I should get carries in that first game.
Can I just pose a question to
No,
you?
I'm not done. I'm not done
up?
before you get going here again about 20 trick plays you want to run.
I'm just asking you what if they can't do it?
Woody, they have to do it. Woody, this is not, well, we tried it once. A guy shot through, linebacker shot. Look at, You talked about this 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 and 3rd and 1.5 yards and 3rd and inch has been a problem for a while. I know we don't run quarterback sneak. Okay, you got to be able to hand the ball off. Or why do we move up in the second round to get a guard? And why do we go out? And the one guy we paid money to was the right guard. Like, you got to be able to run the football. You got to be able. I'm not saying 5 or 6 yards.
You can't. If it's just.
Oh my
because,
God,
Joe, you've spent how many months now have you spent talking about the offensive line and it's
they
not good
knew
and the depth and
they
all
knew. I'm talking about the guys they have right now. Now you're throwing out a ton of things. I'm not talking about the 8th and 9th guys on the offensive line running. I'm talking about the guys they have right now.
Okay,
you got to be able to get that. You got to be able to get a yard. If you don't, it's going to be a long season.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just throw it out in the flats and go, oh, we didn't fool them. They were ready for it.
Someone suggested the Wildcat.
We don't have Ricky and Ronnie back there. Let's start with that.
You could have Achan and Ollie.
There's a lot of different parts. That's a really not.
We'll say a lot of these teams you're talking about. Most teams have a quarterback that can sneak for a yard. You can't run a QB sneak. It's out of the playbook.
God!
It's
so now you're right.
Dolphins.
You're right. We don't run it. We don't.
So if you got 4th and inches, you can't put him under center and say,
what are you trying to say? It doesn't. My answer doesn't change. Hand the friggin' ball off. Hey, hand it off. I'm not even like Tyreek. Give it to Achan. If you want to give it to Achan. If you think the defense might be thinking, oh, Achan's in there, they might try to get us isolated one-on-one and a little pass route out in the thing. Hand it off to him. He wants to show everybody he can run short yard. You got to be able to run it at some point. Listen, I love creativity, but at some point, you got to run between the tackles, and you got to find some guy in there and a double team block if need be, with a fullback leading through there in Ingold and get it and get a yard and get a half a yard.
Texter said we haven't been good at short yardage since Lusaka Polite. I was much younger then.
By the way, that was that guy was automatic. I just saw him.
But, did you?
Yeah, he was in town. That was automatic. Lusaka Polite was unbelievable.
Somebody said, I think a big missing element of the 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1 is the fact that we can't and won't use a QB sneak.
Look, would it be nice?
They know, by the way, like, here's the thing. They know the play that's coming at them. Not that it matters, but, like, they know the play that's coming on 4th and 1, which is why I think Mike has tried all these different, gimmicky things, but they know what's coming. That's a handoff.
Okay.
To the running back because your quarterback can't do it.
So you're right. He's not going to do it. Mahomes doesn't do it. He almost hurt his knee. They don't let him do it anymore.
He did hurt his knee, remember?
Yeah, he hurt his knee.
Yeah.
He missed a game. Did he miss a game?
I think he dislocated his kneecap and missed one game.
He blew his knee out completely and missed one game.
Yeah, well, they patched up his ACL.
Between he and the guy in Buffalo.
Yeah, high ankle
sprain.
Got
a concussion and tells the doctor, shut up. Yeah. You want to lose your job? I'm going back in there. Now give me my damn helmet. Now get out of my way. I don't miss.
Same rehab program, yeah.
Yeah, and Tua's not going to turn into Hurts.
I know.
The two best quarterback
but you will
guys.
admit that it doesn't help.
Yeah, but
he's the only quarterback in the NFL that can't.
That's
run
not
it.
true. That's not true.
Well, he's the only quarterback in the NFL that
not
you're
true.
scared every time he takes a hit. Where you're like brace.
Okay, you
I
switched
brace
it
for
again.
impact for him.
You switched the topic. You're the best at
Switching the
this. I
topic.
can't keep up the
It's the same-
topics.
it's the
You
same
just keep
topic.
going.
He's the only quarterback in the NFL that can't take a hit.
We're talking about short yardage running. Now you're talking about him
Exactly.
dropping back, not taking a hit. Is there anything else you want to throw in here to try to make a point? Woody, you got to be able to run the football. Well, we can't. Okay, well, it's a new year. Maybe you can. You got to try it. The best thing they did, that first drive, they got stuffed. I was so glad. Like, keep running it. And Mike goes, no, we're going to keep running. Stuffed again. Keep running it. We're going to keep running this thing. And we got to learn that we got to, on short yardage and goal line, if we need a foot to a yard or a yard and a half, we got to be able to get it. And by the way, didn't get on third down. Let's go. Go it again. Fourth down.
Here's a couple more. Why don't they change the QB on fourth and short? You can play the defense as mine. They don't really have like a running.
But that takes away when you do. I
don't think anyone's going to be like really scared if Zach Wilson comes rolling out there. So instead until McDaniel is gone, this team's going nowhere. There you go.
There you go. There's a good one before the year starts, and he's getting ready to start as the head coach.
Someone wants to ask, are we bringing Restrepo home? I'll fire up the jet.
I saw Restrepo got cut. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't from lack of Cam Ward doing everything he could, man.
Yeah.
I talked to him and said, he was mini camp. I saw him at a wedding. Yeah, he's had a good mini camp. And man, hopes he, and it's a tough one.
Here you go, Joe. This guy says in one breath, Joe says we need to rely on our money guys, Waddle, Hill, and two. And then in another breath, he says we need to run the ball up the middle. How many times did we try and fail? Stop saying we need to. If you can't, you can't.
How do you know in a new year? It was last year, number one. We couldn't throw the ball down the field last year either. I brought up two positions. You got two new guards you brought in. You paid one the most money. You didn't give out a lot of money in free agency. James Daniels got the most. And Savaianaya, who you took in the second round. You moved up and lost a lot of draft picks to move up and get him at 37. You got to be able to run the friggin' football.
Mm-hmm.
But this thing about, we couldn't do it the last 3 years. We can't do it again this year. And more than that, now you guys get me just friggin' fired up out of this friggin' world. Guys, we're paying two guys on the outside a lot of money. That team has said, hey, how important they go. These are franchise players. We're going to extend one and give the new one a new contract on the other side. Somebody a lot smarter than me that understands passing games and what people are doing. And the two deep has been around forever and it's not going anywhere. You work around the two deep. You got to get those two guys. Somebody smarter than me needs to figure out. A guy by the name of McDaniel, Smith, Bevel, or Slowick needs to figure out how to time up some routes and create some skinny post, deep crossing routes that they run, to corner routes, to takeoffs, to dropping the ball between a safety and a corner, and set some people up doing it, catch people in man-to-man off a blitz, all those things. We got to go to break here.
We got our first hire Gruden text of the morning.
There you go. Hey, so I will tell you, for hire and fire, it's not going to happen a week and a half before the opener. No? I know that. I don't know a lot.
What about over the weekend? You don't think they?
No,
like
I know we got some Gruden Corona love out there. and we also have Fire Mike. It's not going to happen a week and a half before the opener against the Colts. I don't know a lot, but I know that. He's safe. And so is Chris. If you're on the Chris Greer thing, Chris is safe too for the Colts game.
For the Colts game. And then are we week to week after that?
No, not
day to day or week to
month
to month?
No, day to day to week to week. Month to month,
maybe.
Maybe that. All right. Hey, listen, we've got more stuff to get to.
You sound fired up. You are fired up this morning.
I just, I don't want to hear excuses, number one, for the offense at all.
If you hear too deep, you're going to be upset. Will that bother you?
Are you tired of hearing about too deep that's been around since 1926? Guys that are played the game when it started, somebody created too deep, where two safeties split the field.
Is that in the original
It's not something
playbook?
Brand new. Yes, the original one that just sold. And at the card store the other day for $900,000.
I feel like I almost need to ask you, like, how did Marino do with the 2 deep, just to really put the cherry on top?
He
of this
threw about
segment.
350 touchdowns against 2 deep.
Yeah.
And
Someone also asked about the QB sneak with him. I guess he didn't run that very much.
No, I don't remember
No.
Danny running the
That wasn't a
quarterback
big
sneak.
play in that time, though, was it?
I just think
QB
it counts on who you have.
Yeah.
If you got a guy that's more of a physical and a guy that's more of a running quarterback, you probably ran it. But if you had a guy who can drop back in the pocket
But guys are better athletes at the quarterback position now, though. Just in general, right? I mean, there's not a ton of like statue pocket passers anymore.
Yeah, guys are overall better athletes, yes, to your question. I'd think about it for a sec, yes. But for every one of those, we had a lot of guys when I played, like Elway and Marino could have played Major League Baseball. It's just it's a different time.
I'm going to lighten the mood with some headlines when we come back, okay?
Oh, is it that? Oh, my God.
Yeah, you need to take a breather.
Well, I got people telling us that are a little soft. Well, we can't run it. So it's a week and a half before the open. You're telling me you can't run the football? How about let them try first before you decide? We can't run it. Matter of fact, we need a new coach. We're going to play the game. This is who we have. Well, we can't throw the ball down the field. Well, we could for the first couple years. And they tried everything, and it didn't work. I kind of like talking about Baptist Health South Florida for just a second here. Man, I love talking about Baptist Health South Florida and their sports medicine program. Where do the pros go, Joe? I got to see those doctors. I go Inter Miami, the Heat, the Florida Panthers, and the Miami Dolphins. FIU and FAU all have those great doctors, one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. Those teams trust that take care of them every day, not just the team doctors, but top specialists for the knee and shoulder and foot and ankle and hand and back and hip and knee replacement and Achilles. I'm telling you right now, we are talking top-notch doctors. And listen, sooner or later, the reason I bring it up to you, we're all going to get injured. If we're competitive, right, and you play a little too hard, sooner or later, the one thing for sure is going to happen, we're all going to get injured. But it's nice to have Baptist Health South Florida and that sports medicine program throughout Dade and Broward County for you. Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium right next to the training facility, and 595 in Pine Island in Plantation. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. One go every day. One go every day. Even before this Colts game in 10 days and you've already quit on the team, you can go there and get healthy quickly with the great doctors at Baptist Health South Florida.
Miami Sports. And now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, I need a little break from too deep and goal line and short yardage problems. Thank you so much, man. What do you got for me?
I kind of want to read some of these texts here. They're just kind of funny. 772 just sent in hire Gruden number 2. I think you want to be text number 2.
Oh man,
he also,
you know how a guy fought. Yeah, you guys.
Joe is getting very frustrated at me because he is coming to the realization that Tua has a very, 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 he said very 3 times, limited playbook. So having no O-line, we're screwed. Anyway, let's get to the headlines.
Let's
I
get
need
to your
you to
headlines
survive this morning, man.
I'll be fine. We can get back in the second half of this show with some of that
how
stuff.
much more your Dolphin heart can take here. So let's keep moving.
That's taken the last 50 years. What the hell? A couple more.
NFL Sunday Ticket, Joe. If people are looking to get in here before the season starts, they have a very convenient monthly payment plan that you can get on here. So the price to start, if you want to pay for the full thing up front.
What is it, 4.5, 5 months? Okay.
$276. That is for a new user with a YouTube TV subscription. So you got to sign up for YouTube TV, and then you can buy it for that. $378 for returning users. God. Or, Joe, you could divide it into 4 monthly plans. That'll be $85 for new users per month, or $115 a month for returning users. And that, again, will get you through the season there.
So it's one of those like, God, that's getting expensive, man. I'm not okay. We have to do it because I want to watch the friggin' games.
That is tough, man.
That and the apps.
If you got to buy that and all the apps, you got to be in for near a G for the full season, right? Because you have to have YouTube TV to get that too. So you pair that with you need.
By the way, Woody, I don't even know. Do I have YouTube TV? I don't think I do.
I don't think you do. I think you're still an Xfinity guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All
right.
Well, you need the option to buy those videos late night.
By the way, I want every guy to go home that has their wife do everything and takes care of the bills and go, how much are we spending on all these different apps?
To be honest, it's probably best you don't know, because I think you'd puke if you found out. I get emails, I think every week, that tell me Netflix went up in price.
Really?
Every single week. They're good for a price increase every 6 or 7 days.
Wow.
All right, Joe, here, I know you were part of this viewership here. The final round of the Tour Championship on NBC saw huge growth in their viewership, 4.49 million viewers.
I was there.
Tommy Fleetwood.
I was there for Tommy.
Yeah.
Man, Tommy's a likable guy.
How about that, man?
What a likable dude, man. He won his first PGA tournament win, like 165 tries, and he wins the biggest purse they have, $10 million. It's beautiful. Everybody's waiting for him. You know why everybody stayed around? Because he's been there before, and that back 9 on Sunday has not been his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he came through.
You may not know this, but I think Liv had an event on Sunday as well.
I did not know that.
Well, most people didn't, because they had a shade over 400,000 viewers.
Yeah,
for their viewership. So
hey,
not all that great.
They got a great deal. They make a lot of money. They work 3 days a week. The tournament's only 3-day tournament, and they can go in shorts and t-shirts. It's loud. Everybody's getting hammered that goes to it. It's a completely different event.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, by the way, some of their best players have lost their mojo. Not nearly as good as they were when they were playing on the other tour.
I think the event was in Michigan, and John Ram won. So
Johnny Ram.
Yeah, Johnny Ram. All right, Joe. Let's get to some food news here. Hostess is recalling ding dongs due to potential mold contamination.
You can't mess with it. Ding dong's been around forever.
I know.
That was with the chips and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a bologna and cheese sandwich growing up in that bag I got every day.
So this is the recall here, Joe, on the Ding Dong single serve, the Ding Dong family pack as well has been affected by this.
I didn't know the Ding Dongs are still around.
You got to get to a grocery store, dude.
I just thought after all these years they were
stuff there. They have like the ding dongs, the Star Crunch, the Twinkies.
Twinkies still
Of course
around.
they have Twinkies.
Twinkie been around for 90 years.
I don't think that's cream that they use in those things. It's like lard, isn't it?
I thought it.
I don't think they're exactly healthy, I guess is what I'm saying. But
Well, nothing was healthy. Come on.
but especially these ones, Joe. They say they have Best Buy dates from August 30th to September 3rd. And I think they can kill you if you eat one. So
I'm sure we had ours were outdated. They never affected us. I don't know. Maybe it's different stuff in there now.
Well, they say a Twinkie's supposed to last forever. Isn't that the whole thing?
I think so. That's the one. You could leave it, not eat it, and go, oh, I still have it from that bag you gave me like 3 weeks ago, Mom. I'll grab it.
Remember someone had like an original Twinkie and it was like up for auction or something? Like a
No.
sealed original Twinkie?
We can turn it into a collectible?
It might be. You never know. All right, and one more here, Joe. We can all sleep easy because Cracker Barrel. I don't know if you saw this.
I
but-
love Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I love
It's good.
if I'm not worried about I want that gravy, those biscuits, eggs over easy, a big piece of ham. Oh,
Mhm.
just load it up, Woody.
They changed their logo temporarily here, Joe, and people were just outraged. They changed it back yesterday. So
What was it? I don't know. I don't know the story
there's
on this.
there's a guy sitting next to a barrel.
Okay.
They took the guy out of the logo and just said Cracker Barrel. Now it says Cracker Barrel with the guy again.
I would have never known.
Uh,
When I go to eat there and
most-
I'm starving, I'm usually hungover from because I used to go there when we were in Gainesville with my daughter. And she goes, where do you want to eat on our way home? I go, come on, you know where we're going, Mrs. Rose. Cracker Barrel.
I like the chicken and dumplings there. You said you're not a fan of those. That's like their signature item.
And I couldn't get out of that little shop while you have to wait. That little
Yeah, that thing's cool.
They get you and they're like, oh, can I get this?
They sell candy in there.
They got it. Oh, they
I
got some
love
old school candy
Some of the
stuff. in
They
there.
have gummy peaches.
Yes.
You like good gummy peach?
I like to rock out in front too. I go, let me know when we're up. I'm going to rock in that little
Mm.
chair in the front there. Took me back to the dairy farm. Took me back to the dairy farm, man. Where's that dairy farm now? Sold it, man. Looks like crap. All right. Hey, listen, we've got a lot more stuff.
Thank you to the texters this morning, by the way. I guess we can't read them all, but I'm entertained.
Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad you are. Hey,
Especially the ones that are, talking about the what we were talking about the previous segment.
which one? Not goal line and short yardage and,
No,
and 2D.
No.
Which one were we talking about before?
I don't want to bring it up again because I'm trying to get you to poop part without.
Alan Poupart, Miami
riled
Dolphins
up
on
again.
SI.com and host of All Dolphins podcast.
You gonna ask about that stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, I got to tell you something about Alan Poupart for those of you, and I tell him this all the time.
Okay.
And I do play tennis with him, like
He's a good player, right?
He is a good player.
Okay.
That guy's been around the team since the 80s. He goes back to the original Dolphins Digest. He's been with newspapers, and he's really good at what he does. He's going to join us, and we'll talk to him about those things. Right now, though, I want to talk about something really cool, man. Sometimes you just get something that's really cool that you really like to get. It's Cliggy's carts, featuring the Royal EV golf carts, 48 and 72-volt lithium battery options. They're designed and engineered to be the leader in quality and safety with aluminum frames, which means they never rust. The safety features are fantastic. I got to tell you, nice and fast. If that's important to you, you need to get around. I'm just telling you, nobody makes anything like them, not for that price. Nobody comes close to a Cliggy's carts. Now, they're in Palm Beach. They got I want to tell you about the showroom because I want you to go up there before you buy one. I don't care if you're down in South Dade, West Broward. I don't care where you are up on the north side of Jupiter. You got to go to Cliggy's Carts and see what they've done. It's amazing. And adjustable front seat and all over of their 6-seat models. It adjusts. No one else offers that. Custom paint job they'll do. If you got a favorite team, but after you buy it and you go, oh, I want that one. And can you do it in Dolphin colors? Yeah, no problem, man. I'm telling you, they do it all. Sound bars, LED lighting, Cliggy's Carts, located next to Okeechobee Steakhouse on Okeechobee Boulevard in West Palm Beach. I'm telling you right now, before you get that new golf cart you've been talking about. You got an old one, it's always dead and it doesn't work. It's not big, and the kids tell you they don't want to play golf in it. They want to have a cool Cliggies carts. Call 877-CLIGGIES, KLIGGYS, or visit CliggiesCarts.com. Cliggies, they're slashing their prices on top of everything else. You got to get up there. You got to see them. They're so darn cool. Man, they got everything you could ever want. You got to check them out. Go to the showroom, take a test drive. You'll fall in love. I promise you that. Cliggies will deliver for free anywhere in South Florida. So you go up there to Palm Beach, that's the one you want. It's delivered, and you and your family going, Dad, you are the coolest dude of all time. We got a Cliggies cart.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the number one Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous, the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Starting with the Canes, will return to practice today as they get set for Sunday's opener against Notre Dame. Sunday's game kicks at 7:30 from Hard Rock and can be heard right here on 104.3 WQAM with our countdown to kickoff beginning at 3. Over to the Dolphins, who made their final roster cuts yesterday. The team will be able to put their practice squad together today with players clearing waivers. The season opens up a week from Sunday in Indianapolis. And to the Marlins, who fell to the Braves 11-2. Atlanta scored 9 in the top of the ninth to break a 2-2 tie. The teams will meet for the rubber match today with the first pitch at 1:10 from Lone Depot Park. The Joe Rose Show continues now. It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com.
All right, thank you, Woody. Alan Poupart, Miami Dolphins on SI.com and host of All Dolphins podcast, joins us this morning. One of the best in the business down here, folks. He really is. He's been doing it forever. I was shocked to find out so many people didn't know how far you go back covering this team, back to the 80s.
Well, that's it. You didn't give me my proper publicity all these years. That's what happened.
There you go. Hey, so let's just get to what everybody's talking about this morning here. And Woody got it all fired up and talking about all the gimmick plays. I said, listen, man, forget the gimmick plays. You're paying your quarterback and 2 wide receivers a big chunk of your cap. Find a way with all the guys that have coordinator, some form of coordinator on the back of their title, come up with a way to get them the friggin' ball down the field or on slants or skinny post or whatever. And second of all, when it's 3rd and 4th and 1 or goal, run the ball friggin' inside. You got a big, strong back. You just spent, you moved up in the second round to get one guard. You paid a lot of money to the other one. Let's run the friggin' ball and not get cute. Are you with me on that?
Can I be partially with you on that?
You can be whatever you want.
Oh, thanks. Okay. I'm totally with you on the idea that the offense has to go through Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. As you mentioned, you're paying him a crap load of money. And on top of that, when this offense has been at its best under Mike McDaniel, it's been when Tyreek and Waddle are putting up big numbers and making plays all over the place, and they're the go-to guys. And last year, we talked about how great it was that Jonnu Smith had his breakout year record for receptions for Dolphins tight end. Yeah, that's all great because Tyreek and Waddle weren't producing as much, and the result was an offense that wasn't nearly as explosive. So completely with you on that. On the other end, yeah, it would be ideal if on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, the Dolphins could be just lining up, straight up the middle, boom, 1 yard, no problem. The issue with that, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't try to do it, the problem is the entire offense is predicated on moving side to side, sideways, getting the defense going the wrong way, in part with a good center, very good center, but who also might be the smallest center in the entire NFL.
True.
His forte is getting to the second level, not necessarily moving guys off the ball. So how do you accomplish what you want to accomplish there?
You got 2 guards that I just mentioned, one in free agency and a big wide body on the left side. And those guys need, sometimes I know that it's about getting position and polling, and you need guys that just can't be straight ahead. Sometimes you just got to do a double team block, and sometimes you got to dig down, and it just can't be finesse if you really want to run the ball. You got to get after it. And if you know, and the teams know you can't, and you're not even going to try to run the ball inside, I just think you're making a big mistake, and you're not getting anywhere with this offense.
No, that's fair. And then certainly the effort has to be made. And here's another suggestion, and we even asked this as a media contingent to offensive coordinator Frank Smith last year, is why wouldn't you put like a 6th offensive lineman on the field, for craps and giggles one time on 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1. And then his answer was like, well, when we asked for it's a big ask for the tight end and all that. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Big ask for an offensive lineman to be used in that tight end type role. And I'm like, really? Come on. So yeah, I do think they need to make a consistent effort. But then again, I'm going to go back to this. Unless my memory fails me, Dolphins weren't good on 3rd and 1 in 2023 when their offense
Yeah, it was outside. Everything was pretty much outside. They were the best outside running team in football at about 130 yards a game. You're right.
No, but here's the thing, though. They still kind of sucked on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, running the ball, and that didn't prevent them from being a really, really good offense. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. It was one of the most productive years at running back I've ever seen here, if not the most productive, what we got out of our top 2 running backs that year. But, hey, listen, I know people make adjustments. I don't want to hear about all the adjustments everybody's making. I want to see us counter with the guys and these things. Like we talk about them. Can you imagine how much our coaching staff and front office must talk about them in meetings? Like, hey, we got to get these things fixed. These are the guys we need. This is what we need if we're going to be able to do some of these things. Anyway, hey, I want to ask you about biggest surprise for you that made the team and biggest surprise who got cut.
Okay, one quick last point on the previous part about adjustments and all that, and the Dolphins not being able to throw deep last year.
Sure.
Defenses were playing deep. Like, they weren't doing that when Tyreek first got there. Like, seriously. I remember Wes Welker telling us, like, that November he'd never seen any teams use 2 high safeties as much as they did always against the Dolphins. Anyway, to answer the most recent question, the biggest surprise on the team, probably Isaiah Johnson, I think, would be the one that stands out.
I was with you on that one. I did not see that one coming.
Yeah, no. Mind you, he's not a bad-looking young cornerback, and I think special teams probably plays a role in him being on the roster for now, because we know that can change, as early as today. And the biggest surprise off probably would have to be Pharaoh Brown. I didn't think he looked that bad at all throughout the summer. I know he missed a block that caused a sack on Saturday night, and he kind of bobbled the 2-point conversion in the corner of the end zone. But overall, I thought he actually had a pretty decent summer, and I didn't see him being cut, to be honest with you.
Let's talk about what the team still needs. I know they got the 53-man roster. Got to get another running back, right? With 2 of them banged up. Are you with me? We need to sign it. Yeah.
Without question. And it could be, it wouldn't surprise me if they just re-signed, like either Boone or Champlin to the practice squad and
move them up. Yeah.
They need him.
Hey, I keep hearing this about Ollie Gordon. Well, I know you like him a lot, Joe, and I've really come a long way. And I'm like, for every rookie, you got to earn your way up the ladder, and whether it's through injury or you're just clearly better. And he has taken, every chance he gets and turned into a great opportunity and taken advantage of it. Are you with me that Ollie Gordon needs to get some carries, even though he does not and will not know the whole offense when he gets ready to play the Colts?
Oh, without question. Hey, I thought he was easily better than Jalen Wright throughout the summer, even before Wright was injured. And running back is not, in terms of the apprenticeship into NFL life, running back's about as easy as it gets, because it's basically, it's kind of more instinctive than it is than other positions, while still having to know the playbook. I understand that. But, yeah, it would be criminal for me if that guy didn't get a pretty good look early in the season.
So the Dolphins are going with 8 offensive linemen, and, a lot of people aren't excited about the backups once Austin Jackson gets back, which, by the way, it'd be nice to see the starting 5 and see how long they can stay healthy together. But are you okay with what they have? I know they got a couple guys they're hoping to have back in the next month or so, or do you think they need to add another guy in that O-line?
Oh, no, I'm not okay. I'm definitely not okay. Tad Queasy, actually, to use.
Okay, Queasy. Yeah, there was a guy that liked that, Queasy.
Yeah. No, it's not a great unit. And this is going to be blasphemy to some Dolphin fans, but I'd feel better if Liam Eichenberg, for example, would be available. Andrew Meyer also actually looked pretty good this summer before he was injured. Dolphins obviously think highly of him since they kept him on the roster last year as a rookie free agent, even though he never played.
Yeah.
And Larry Borum, while he improved after a really shaky start in training camp, I don't know exactly how much confidence he inspires. The question is, what's out there that's going to be a clear upgrade?
See, I think they like him. I think they think he got a lot better during camp and got more comfortable in this offense, and they like him. Hey, so let's talk about a couple positions. I thought some guys are banged up there on this 53. Dante Trader you see him or Ashton Davis going to the IR, or do you think they're really going to go with 6 safeties on a 53-man going into that first game?
Yeah, I heard you earlier mention Ashton Davis. Well, we spotted him yesterday. We were able to watch like the first 20 minutes of practice, and he came out helmet in hand to join his teammates after stretching.
Wow.
In one of the outside fields. I don't know exactly how much he did, if he did anything at all, but just the fact that he was out there with his helmet, very positive sign. So I'm thinking maybe he avoids going on IR. Dante Trader Jr. absolutely could be somebody headed to IR because he's been like on and off the practice field pretty much throughout the summer. This is the way, the Dolphins buy themselves more time with him. So yeah, I absolutely could see him. I could see Ethan Bonner also at cornerback starting the season on IR because of his hamstring injury. Plus, they're going to officially sign Rasul Douglas today, which means they have to create a roster spot for him.
And the kicker, do we know who the kicker is? I know the reports are that, that it's going to be Riley Patterson, or could it be somebody else?
Well, they worked out 4 guys yesterday. Patterson was one of them. Greg Joseph, former FAU kicker, who actually was in 2018 battling it out with Jason Sanders, if you recall. That's 2. I think the other 2 were Zane Gonzalez and Eddie Pinero. So they've zoned in on those 4 guys to bring in for tryouts. Logic is going to be one of those 4. I wouldn't be surprised in the least if they don't use a roster spot for that. Just put them on the practice squad, elevate your one guy for 3 games.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Here's a parting gift on your way out the door, and then bring in somebody else for 1 week if Sanders winds up being out only for the 4 games. That's the minimum of being on IR.
You've been covering, as I said before, going back. When was the last time you remember for an opener seeing 5 rookies either start or play a big part of the offense and defense like we're going to see most likely in this game 1 against the Colts next week?
Yeah, it's crazy. No, and then not only from memory, I also did the research one time. The last time they had if you look at the majority of the starts per position, last time they had as many as 3 rookie starters. I think you go back like 30 years or something. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. But here's the thing: if those guys produce, that sets you up well.
Yes.
For the future, it builds a foundation. And this is what the Dolphins have actually been lacking like crazy for a lot of years.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So instead of bringing in older guys that are knowledgeable but down on the downside, I got no problem with bringing in these rookies and these guys and letting them grow as long as you see the growth there like they've seen with this group. I want to see them play, especially with the salary cap and trying to get them ready where you can get your money's worth the first few years, and then you can make a decision, on a second contract with them.
Without question. And I think one of the classic examples here might be Jason Marshall Jr. in the nickel spot. Because is he going to be as technically sound as Mike Hilton, who's been around? Absolutely not. But he's a rook. He's got probably higher upside than Mike Hilton does. And even if you give up maybe a little bit in terms of your expectation, your production right off the bat, is it really that bad a move? I'll give you another one that, to me, even with the addition of Rasul Douglas, based on what happened last year with him in Buffalo and the upside of Jack Jones, who will make some mistakes that a veteran like Rasul Douglas won't make, I'm not so sure I wouldn't rather have Jack Jones starting at cornerback opposite Storm Duck as opposed to Rasul Douglas.
Huh. I just have trouble believing they're bringing in Rasul Douglas just to be a backup and play a little bit, maybe early in the season until they feel he's 100%. But I see those 3 guys rotating to start with, not Storm Duck, but the other guys rotating a little bit. Don't you, Jack Jones and Rasul? No?
And it's possible, but the other part of it too is that Douglas is turning 30 or 31. Then they're all over the place on the internet. It's exactly his exact age. He's coming off a really down year. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Some places born 94, or others 95. Coming off a really down year. He signed on August 26th, so I'm going to guess he wasn't exactly flooded with great options at this point. So is he really in a position to say, yeah, no way, I'm only signing here if you're going to make me a starter?
No, good point. No, that's a great point too. If this is the only offer you have, you come in And I'm guessing they're pretty straight with, and they know the situation. At some point, you could be playing. Anyway, hey man, Alan, thank you, appreciate it a lot, and for coming in here. But yeah, we get 4th and 1, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of them. And now you're looking at your kicker for this first game, and like, do we want to put him out there on a 50, or do we want to go for it? Let's go for it on 3rd and 4th down, or 4th down. Running right up the middle. And I want you to think about me when you see him running between the guards there.
I will do that.
All right, buddy.
I might be thinking about you, but on that occasion, I'll think about you.
Yeah, when you need somebody to beat on when you're playing tennis, you think about me. Alan, thank you, man.
We played, so don't even try.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it.
Alan Poupart, Miami Dolphins on SI.com and host of All Dolphins podcast. All right, we got to go to break here. We got more stuff to get to. Speaking of Notre Dame and University of Miami, Sunday night, Brian Jones, CBS College Football Today, one of the analysts on the show, will join us coming up here at 9 o'clock. We'll talk to him about what should be a lot of fun. I hope you didn't make a lot of plans with the whole family, unless there's going to be a TV around. I'm not trying to tell you be selfish, but I want to see a little bit of Arch Manning and 1 versus 2 and Clemson and LSU. Oh, my God, they got some great games here in, this weekend coming up. Tell you, though, if you're tired all the time, you can't watch those games because you can't keep your eyes and you're always just sitting around eating and gaining weight and something's not working right, Atlantic Men's Clinic will work right for you. I had a great experience with it. Yes, I had low T and ED. I mean, check that. I had it badly, low T and ED. I had everything, man. I was tired all the time. Stopped working out there for a little while and had excuses. And then when I did work out, it wasn't as long. I didn't go. I didn't walk as far. Was tired in tennis. I said, maybe I won't play till, just making excuses is all it was. Then my sex drive was gone. It was just bad stuff, man. Bad stuff going on. I made a decision. All right, I'm in my 60s. Am I going to live like this the rest of my life, or am I going to get more out of life and go to Atlantic Men's Clinic and let them fix all this stuff for me? I heard about them, and I got to tell you, they're so good at what they do, so good. I want to share it with everybody, I hope, for a long, long time. I went there, set up that first appointment, got the PSA test, met with their professionals, and you got to tell the truth because they ask you a lot of questions, like, well, how's there, No, you got to tell them because they've seen it all. They're used to hearing your message is the one they get from a lot of people. If you're going to Atlantic Men's Clinic, they understand something's not right. So you get your testing. They're going to put you on a program after they look at all your numbers. You tell them what's going on, and you start feeling 100% better real quickly. I mean, it works quickly. I'm telling you right now, get on the program, set up that first appointment, 877-455-7300. Whether it's you're just tired, no energy, you don't sleep well, you're in a funk, or the sex drive is gone too, and you got the whole works, which most guys do, it's okay. They take care of it. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. We got a 7th location in Hollywood now to make it even more convenient. I go to Plantation. They are nice. They got great people, and you're going to get, most importantly, great results at Atlantic Men's Clinic.
All right, Joe, if you approve, we have a giveaway here.
I love giveaways.
All right. The Miami International Auto Show is coming to
It's a
the
good
Miami
show.
Beach
We used to
Convention
get
Center.
invited to that, Woody, to be out there with the QAM folks. What the hell happened to us?
I
man?
think you're invited, Joe.
All right.
Do you have any other questions, or we just?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. The Miami International Auto Show is coming to the Miami Beach Convention Center. Joe will be there apparently. At the
I
end
drank
of
too much
September.
coffee. I'm sorry.
I can tell. It's that too deep thing, bro. They're coming again the end of September. We've got your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets right now. We're going to go caller number 2 in honor of the Too Deep. 305-567-0560.
Boy, you get something.
We'll get you this.
Something happens, you just don't let it go. At least you didn't go 3rd and 1 or something. You just went too deep.
I could have gone 4th and 1. Maybe
Hey,
tomorrow we'll do caller
There's a
number
couple
4.
things that I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear about being late. I don't want to hear about too
Hey, at
deep.
least we haven't heard about that in a little while.
No, that thing kind of went.
Yeah,
That thing kind of got put to bed, huh?
that's good.
I think the troops got the message, including one of the 2 leaders. One's gone and the other one got the message. It's been very quiet. Hey, by the way, I just heard Tua say in a soundbite that we just played during the break, and it's so true. You couldn't even read into anything going on when he's playing against Jacksonville because a lot of the firepower is gone. It's like you're watching and, hey, I don't think it's a deep team. I don't think it has a lot of depth. I don't. I'm glad we're playing a lot of young guys, but I like the frontline guys they have. I think it's a really good frontline team. I do. I think not the best in football, but it's a really good frontline football team. The depth on the back end, I don't feel great without getting into everything. And so you know how this thing works, but we got to have those 4 guys back that they say are going to be back. We need them back. Tyreek Hill, I don't care about camp. Whatever you're doing to get yourself ready, coming off a little injury, whatever, great. Austin Jackson, okay, he's there, and I saw him no boot on or anything on the side. That was great. We need him back at right tackle. And maybe right there at the top, too, the guy that could have been the MVP of the team last year, Devon Achane. Like, we need him back. He runs at a different speed than everybody else at that position. I know he's a little smaller, and his ability now to catch the ball and get mismatches one-on-one, on the outside with guys, linebackers trying to cover him. We got to have those guys back. And that's big. That's big. Those are big pieces. The speed part of this thing, they built this offense around speed. This offense was built around, remember that we used to talk about we win the relay every year? If they had the NFL Olympic relay, we win. Dolphins finish first. Somehow between Achane handing off to Tyreek, we win it. We win it with the 3rd and 4th leg of a relay. We win it every year. We win it right now again. So we need those guys. Those guys are a big part of it. And I think you saw Tua throwing to the other guys. It just looks different. It looks different when Waddle was in there, and Waddle's part of the relay team. But you really, when you have all those guys, there's a chance for a big play every time. There's a chance, isolate a one-on-one. There is a chance that something big, the big play, is back in your offense. Not always, but there's a good chance, like we saw the first 2 years with those guys together. And Achane's had 2 great years. Achane, for limited time, his first year was unbelievable. And then last year, even when you couldn't do this and do that, you look and he had 1,400 total yards last year. Ended up with 12 total touchdowns. So those guys are important. To me, the defense overall looks a little better right now on paper. And I expect those guys, again, I don't know how deep it is at certain positions, but they got to be the strength to start with. I think defense a little bit better than the offense to start the season. But we'll see. we'll see about all that stuff. So anyway,
We got a winner on those tickets, by the way.
what do you have?
Brian Flores in Fort Lauderdale won the tickets.
No, who was it?
That's who won the tickets.
Brian Flores?
Brian Flores
Oh,
from
I
Fort
thought you were
Lauderdale.
joking. I thought you were joking.
No, that's who won the tickets. I didn't ask if there's any relation.
I don't know if did Brian Flores ever sell his house or did he keep it down
I
there?
don't know. You just won the tickets.
All right. Congratulations, Brian. That's
I just take the information back.
by the way, that car show is fantastic. I'm not one like, I like to look at them, but I'm not one that's got the itch to go buy every one I look at.
Well, that's because you don't fit in most of them.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, if I fit, I'd be in that Corvette right now. I'd be going through that 60-year-old thing. You know, have you changed? I've had a few changes throughout my life.
The
where you go
midlife
through-
crisis
yes.
thing.
But
So they have those. I was at Ed Morris to buy my car, and they have those sitting in the showroom. Those Corvettes.
yeah,
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I went to Tropico Chevrolet
Uh-huh.
and I jumped in. He goes, "You want?" I go, "Man, that's a nice."
Yeah.
It was.
Did they let you drive it?
No. Just sit in it in the showroom, and the guy was pumped. I go, "Man, I love these Corvettes, man.
They're very cool.
I love Corvettes."
My son just wanted to get inside and take a picture inside of it. So that's what we did.
We got a little problem though. I don't know how the big guys get in there and buy one. I don't know how they do it. They got to take
gotta
a
get the
lot of stuff
convertible.
out. Where your head
so you can
sticks
stick your
out
head, yeah,
like the Flintstones where it's up over the top.
Yeah. You see over the windshield.
I don't know, man. I just think I feel a little better with that Tahoe. Just a lot more comfortable. I actually
Yeah.
feel small in this Tahoe.
It's probably a better
great.
fit for you. And you drive fast enough as it is. So
Is that
imagine
So now
seriously,
you-
imagine
so
the
now
amount
you're
of
trying to
speeding
get-
tickets you'd rack up in one of those things.
Corvette?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd have to gun it a little bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to.
This street right here, by the way, early morning.
They got me.
Yeah.
Guy got me a ticket. Guy had no personality, didn't want to hear my shtick or nothing.
Really? And you tried and it
No, I
didn't work,
tried.
huh?
I tried to give my best stuff at 4 a.m, and I
Your
realized
stuff
he
early
was
is
writing that
good.
ticket no matter what.
Really?
You gonna ask me the speed? First of all, I didn't even know it was 30 miles an hour on that road. Did not know it was 30.
30's low, though. I mean, 30's.
So
right?
he goes 45. I correct you. I go, I'm getting a ticket for going 45 at 4 a.m.
You should have
That's
been
all I
outraged.
said, because I realized he wasn't bugged. No personality. It was just, and I get it, man. Working in this neighborhood, 4 a.m. might, have you a little on edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to get to the radio station. He got me right on the corner. He
Hmm.
might have been a little upset. I went a little too far before pulling over. I tried to
You
Try to
tried
get
to
no-
elude?
No, I just tried to get all the way in.
Send the copter in to track you.
Didn't go well. So yeah.
Did you fight the ticket?
No,
Did you
I
show? Are
just
you going to
paid
show
it.
up at court?
No, I paid it.
You paid it.
Just paid it.
It's weak, bro.
Paid it.
You should have fought it.
I don't even know if I was going 45. I know.
That's what you say when you take the stand.
Well, I know, but I know I wasn't going 30. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm innocent,
Mm-hmm.
but like a 45 in I get if I'm going 55 in a 30 at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go. It didn't go well.
I think you should have fought and showed up at court.
I think it was one of the Miami Shores police officers.
Yeah, that's Miami Shores over there.
Yeah,
The
got
guy
me.
says, just say, do you know who I am?
I didn't do it.
Another guy
I didn't,
said,
I didn't do it.
just say, do
The
you know
guy
who I
never
am?
gave me a friggin' chance to do it.
Harold Rose, he said. Harold Rose. Tell him you're Harold Rose.
That guy literally goes, "Can I have your driver's license?" And he grabbed the license and sprinted it and wrote the ticket up
Yeah.
and came.
In
No,
fairness,
he
though,
goes,
they
"You're
don't
going
even
45
hide.
and a 30."
They don't hide over there. They sit in the middle of the road with their lights
He had
on.
the lights off.
Oh, he was hiding from you. Mm.
Or I don't know. I was listening to one of my songs in the car and Sly and the Family Stone. I think I had a little Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah, you just hit the gas, huh?
You want me to be. I was going through the whole thing, and damn, he got me. And he wasn't a very nice man. Not a very nice man, officer. I didn't get a chance to go. I don't know if I would have, though, would he? I guess,
I think you should have showed up to court, man, with a duel. Fight for your,
what?
Joe would look like is it Dino? Is that the guy from the Flintstones?
Yes.
Dino, right? It's not
The
Dino,
guy-
it's Dino, isn't it?
I don't know which one.
The dinosaur.
No,
The
I know what
purple
you're saying. Where
dinosaur.
they're sitting in there and
Someone asked if he was a motorcycle officer. No,
No.
they're not. They're not.
no, they got these big SUVs
big
and they got
SUVs.
lights everywhere. I mean, the
It
lights.
might be the same car you drive. Did you try bonding that way?
No. My car does not have the amount. They put Miami Shores puts extra lights on there. It's
No,
because
I
this
know,
neighborhood.
but I think it's a
Like
Chevy.
they
isn't
go
it?
up and down. I don't know.
You should have been like, "Hey, we're
Yeah.
brothers in the Chevy family."
I didn't think of
Why
that.
didn't you
okay,
use
Woody?
that?
I didn't do that. How do you like your Chevy? Hey, before you give me a ticket, how do you like that Chevy? And by the way, would you like to go to a game? Who are you a fan of? Would you like to go to a game? I'm not saying anything.
Oh, now you get free tickets, huh?
Oh, Woody, it was disgusting, man. They got me. Hey, we got to go to break here, man. You got me going on.
Oh, sorry.
Gotta
Hey, at least you're better off here than you were at the old building.
go ahead. California stop.
They still got those, by the way, those cameras. They have them like around Broward.
They what?
I don't know if they work or not, but they have them. They say photo enforced.
Well, I got 10 quick ones in.
Well, I know that the
I'll
school
locate.
bus thing, that thing's like serious. Have you seen those?
No, but I don't mess around schools. I don't go flying through school areas.
It's no. So it's if you pass a school bus, they have cameras on them now. We talked about this in the headlines to warn people. If you pass a school bus, it's a $500 ticket.
Well, who's going to do that?
A lot of people.
When they put the stop up on both sides, those little wings come up, says stop.
Yeah, I know, but people have been known to run stop signs here.
And I don't go 100 miles an hour on the freeway in the morning.
That's nice of you.
And I don't go 90. I might flirt with 80 though.
That's okay.
All right. Hey, listen, we got more stuff to get to here this morning.
You
Before
stay in
we
the
get-
left lane, or do you weave?
I'm not-
Are you a weaver?
No, not really.
No.
I don't like doing that.
Good.
I don't know what
So it says the officer was a Jets fan.
the way he acted, he had little Jets in him.
Yeah.
Yes, he could have been a Jets fan. Not the nicest guy in the world. But you know what? I'm thinking, you think that guy really wanted to be working at 4 a.m? You'd probably be a little salty too that you got that shift between Little Haiti and Miami Shores at 4 a.m. in the morning. That might put you in a crappy mood too. And the last thing you want to do is listen to a smart ass old white guy.
Someone said you should have offered him bad tickets to a UM game.
That's not
Those
funny.
corner seats that
I
you
know.
seem to be fond of. Can't see
By the
game
way,
from there, bro.
That little story I told, I didn't think it was a big deal. It became
Which one? The ticket thing?
That thing became a big deal. You can't say anything on the radio and explain.
Did you have to fix it? I mean, is there something that you're gonna have to do
No.
at this point? Or is just the relationship over?
My wife wants peace with the world. Mrs. Rose wants to get along with everybody. She doesn't know, what did you say? Why did you say that? Why wouldn't you just stick with sports? You always talk about sports. Why are you doing that? And I said, well, this was related to sports. It was tickets. Guy asked me for tickets.
Mm.
Then he found out he didn't want them. I said, you said you want lower bowl. I got lower bowl in the corners. Well, I thought it would be a little better than that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that because I want to talk about Mike Ocasio at Choice Mortgage. Let's talk about mortgages. Let's get you a mortgage. You need one fast. You don't want to mess around. You want to get the paperwork done, and you want to get rolling. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, you've been declined by banks, don't worry. Mike Ocasio at Choice Mortgage got a program for you. Matter of fact, a program for seniors, program to convert your home equity into money is a hot one for 62 or older. You're sitting there at the end of the run of working going, man, I could really use. We paid off the house, honey. We've been here forever. It's paid off. I could use that equity right now. So we could do some things. Well, listen, that's what Mike Ocasio Choice Mortgage does and does about half the time of the big banks. And I want to let you know, if you want to know more about him, go to Google reviews on the web, Choice Mortgage Reviews. They're saying a lot of nice things about Mike Ocasio at Choice Mortgage and the great work he can do for you. 30-plus years of experience. Mike Ocasio at Choice Mortgage truly has no life. He's always working 7 days a week. Call or text him 561-441-2730, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. Right now, the rates are in the 5s. Good time to check in with Mike Ocasio at Choice Mortgage.
Miami sports leader 104.3 FM WQAM. WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop exceptional Cadillac offers now at the 3-time Cadillac Dealer of the Year, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. You're always backed by Morse.
I'm Joe Zagacki, inviting you to join me, along with Don Bailey Jr. and Josh Darrow, this Sunday as the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes kick off the 2025 season against the 6th-ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame at Hard Rock Stadium. Kickoff is set for 7:30 p.m., with our broadcast beginning at 3 o'clock. Miami and Notre Dame, a Glory Days rivalry renewed this Sunday. Listen to every Hurricanes football game here on FM 104.3 WQAM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
The Joe Rose Show is presented by Loctite Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Loctite Impact, South Florida's top-rated impact windows, doors, and roofing provider with thousands of 5-star reviews.
In Miami, we go to the beach for a little solcito, dance the day away with a little salsita, and save at Doral Hyundai with a little pricito. That's our lowest price. Take advantage of a pricito now on all your favorite new Hyundai models, like a Tucson, Elantra, Santa Fe, Ioniq, Palisade, and more. All with owner assurance, America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai complimentary maintenance. Visit us at Doral Hyundai or DoralHyundai.com.
Did you catch Luisito's header?
Yeah, I just recorded it on my new Samsung A36 5G phone I got for free at Total Wireless.
Oh, I'm actually live streaming the whole match with my new Samsung Tab A9 that I also got free at Total Wireless.
I got that tablet too.
And I got that phone too. We both got both.
Go!
Switch to Total Wireless and get both the Samsung A36 5G and the Samsung Tab A9 for free. For a limited time while supplies last, valid in store. Requires new phone activation on the Total 5G Unlimited plan or higher external port and ID verification, and new activation on the Total 5G Unlimited 6-month tablet plan. Restrictions apply.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out, because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style, like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under, plus just what you need for fall, like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
You know what's better than a limited time deal? An unlimited time deal. That's why the Wendy's $5 biggie bag with a junior bacon cheeseburger, 4-piece nugs, junior hot and crispy fries, and small soft drink is available all the time. Because the best time for fresh, never frozen beef and Applewood smoked bacon is all the time. Duh. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. For the best deal of all time, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Unlimited time does not mean forever. U.S. price of participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California via third-party delivery. Fresh beef available in the contiguous U.S., Alaska, and Canada. Hours may vary by location.
During the Make This the Summer sales event at Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Drive a new Jeep Wrangler or Gladiator for only $259 per month. Or drive a new
I'm back here. We're running super late because we've got a guest coming up. We're going to be talking some college football. Brian Jones, CBS College Football Today. One of the guys that works on the show going to join us. We've known Brian a long time and talk a little bit about what looks like it's just going to be a great weekend. And by the way, I know we're not talking about a lot of games, and they'll end up having unbelievable finishes, right? There's going to be some upsets. And then you have all your big games, including, this doesn't happen very often, Texas #1 at Ohio State. The whole thing with Manning coming in, it's amazing. I will tell you, I've never seen anything like it for a guy that's had 2 starts. And by the way, every college football insider on ESPN is all in on Arch Manning. 2 starts, and I get it. He's probably really good. He's been going to the quarterback camp for the Mannings. He's been there forever, and he's got great talent. And, you know, your grandfather was a hell of a player. Your 2 uncles are going to be in the Hall of Fame. I get it. But, man, I got to tell you, let's let him play a little bit. Just a little bit. Anyway, we'll talk to Brian about that. All the great games coming up, including that Notre Dame and Miami game, and see what his thoughts are and all that. We'll have that for you. We're going to take a quick break, get all caught up, try to hit Brian right at 9 o'clock. Stay with us.
Sports lives here.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai, the #1 Hyundai store in the nation. Just went full beast mode. Doral Hyundai, where the deals are monstrous and the prices don't survive. No one sells for less. No one. Starting with the Canes, will return to practice today as they get set for Sunday's opener against Notre Dame. Sunday's game kicks at 7:30 from Hard Rock and can be heard here on 104.3 WQAM with our countdown to kickoff beginning at 3. Over to the Dolphins, who made their final roster cuts yesterday. The team will be able to put their practice squad together today once players clear waivers. The season opens up a week from Sunday in Indianapolis. And to the Marlins, who fell to the Braves 11-2. Atlanta scored 9 in the top of the ninth to break a 2-2 tie. The teams will meet for the rubber match today with the first pitch at 1:10 from Lone Depot Park. The Joe Rose Show continues now. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com.
All right, Woody, thank you so much. Brian Jones, CBS College Football Today analyst, joins us as we get set. And by the way, Brian, it's so nice not to talk about the NIL right now and the transfer portal. And now we just watch 11-on-11 football, including what a first weekend of football. My God, with some great games. How you doing, man?
First of all, my man, Joe Rose, I am doing excellent. And what a great intro. You got that iconic CBS Sports College Football music. And you lead into an interview with a Toyota owner. I got me a big old Tonka truck made by Toyota, TRD Pro, baby. It's a hot rod, and I'm loving it. Get out of my way.
Oh, my God. I thought you were going to do a McDonald's commercial. You went, I'm loving it. I was about ready to get me a Big Mac, man, there for a second.
I'll take a couple of those, too, and then fries.
Never too old. Doesn't matter how much money you got in your pocket. That always sounds good, man. I'm with you on that.
You're right.
Hey, so I got to ask you, man, before we get to Notre Dame, Miami, Texas at Ohio State, 1-2, the Arch Manning thing, the guy started 2 games, and everybody's got him first overall pick, and I give the kid credit. He's trying to downplay everything. I know it's my grandfather and my 2 uncles are really good, but I need to play a little bit, and everybody's trying to figure out when he's coming out. It's crazy, Brian.
Well, it's been crazy since he stepped on campus. You'll have all this breathless reporting that was taking place, saying, oh, he was only going to stay a year because he wasn't going to sit behind Quinn Ewers for a couple of seasons. That was a bunch of bull dookie. And it just continues to grow, and especially when he's able to start 2 games last year. One was an SEC game versus Mississippi State, 2-0 in those ball games, played in, I believe it was 10 total games a season ago. So the small sample size has everyone salivating, as it should, me included, because he's got an incredible skill threat. He's a triple threat. The guy has the wheels of his grandpa. He's got the arm of his uncles, and he's so athletic. He's smart, and he's beloved in that locker room. With all that name recognition, that guy is one of the most low-key, down-to-earth cats you would want a team with. So I understand the reporting, but he's right. Now I have to go out and prove, hey, just because I have a legacy last name, I've got to be able to live up to that and surpass that if I'm going to carry this Longhorn team to the promised land. But the key is he doesn't have to do it by himself. Yeah, as talented as he is, there's a medley of athleticism in that Longhorns locker room. So don't go out and put a ton of pressure on yourself, which I don't believe he will do, because he's got so many stars around him. Coach Sark has recruited incredibly well. I mean, there's a reason they have the #1 recruiting class sitting here today. And over the last few years since he's been there, he's reconfigured that roster. So Arch will be fine. Just don't apply too much pressure to yourself, and I don't believe he will.
Hey, Brian, I wanted to ask you, speaking of that, Quinn Ewers was drafted by the Dolphins. He had a really good preseason, a really, really good preseason. He played great. A lot of people want him as a backup quarterback to Tua. What'd you think of him, and were you surprised he dropped to the 7th round?
I wasn't, because as you guys know, at that level, and really any level, the best ability is availability. And he was hurt, it seems, every season he was at the University of Texas, he would miss a few games. And while he can wow you, and which he did in a positive way, he could wow you in a negative way.
Yeah.
Also, so you had that mixed bag, but there's the talents there, the arm strength, making all the throws. It's the fragility. That's the issue with him. Can he stay healthy and stay on the field?
All right, and then the big one down here, there's no love between the Miami Catholics and the Notre Dame Catholics. There's just no love at all down here. I didn't realize you're a bad Catholic if you like Miami, but you're a good one if you're on the Notre Dame, the bigger picture Notre Dame thing where all the Catholics go to school. So I just wanted to ask you, what are your thoughts on this game? Notre Dame obviously loaded, made it to the national championship game last year. Miami thinks they've got the best all-around team they've had since Mario's been there. What do you think?
Well, I think it's going to be a heck of a football game. It's going to be a slobber knocker, man. And you mentioned it opening this segment about this first week of ball games. It is just through the roof. Amazing. Maybe the best first week ever. And not just the brand names, Miami and Notre Dame, Texas, Ohio State, but even downstream in Nebraska and Cincy, two teams on the climb back. Auburn and Baylor, that's going to be a significant matchup as well. This game is going to come down to this Miami defense being able to stop what I believe is the best running back stable in college football. Everybody will point to Allen and Singleton up at Penn State, but this three-headed monster with Love and Price and Williams, all three of those cats averaged over 6 yards per carry against a behind a neophyte offensive line a season ago that carried them all the way to the national title game. So those guys are going to be much better up front. Then you got those three receivers behind, three running backs behind them. Can you stop the run and force this first-year starter, C.J. Carr, to put the onus on him to try to win this game and make some plays? That's going to be key. On the flip side, last season heading into the year, all we heard was how Cam Ward had won over that locker room there for the Canes. I haven't heard so much of that. Matter of fact, I've heard the contrary. So I'm hoping that's not the case because we know Carson Beck can spin it. He can make some plays. He has some games there where he threw multiple interceptions a season ago. So can they protect him, keep him upright? Has he built that camaraderie with his receiving core and moreover, that entire locker room? That's going to be the key. But I'm anxious to see this Notre Dame offensive line going up against Bain and Messador at that edge and the new guys they brought over in the interior, Scott and Blay, man, that should be fun to watch.
By the way, you're right, though. If we end up talking about Notre Dame averaging 6 yards a carry and running for 200, 250 yards, you're right. And time of possession,
it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's that's going to be a big problem. So got to ask about another game. Bama at FSU. FSU had an unbelievable year. I never seen a drop-off like that. They were one of the worst teams in college football last year, and the year before they went friggin' undefeated. Even when it got to their backup quarterbacks, they were still winning.
What aren't they the first to go from 12-0 conference champion to about 2-10 the following year? I believe they're the first to ever sit in that seat. So yeah, it was a horrible year for Coach Norvell, and we'll see what they're working with. It doesn't help when you bring over Castellanos from Boston College, the new quarterback, and he starts popping off about Alabama of all teams. Yeah. Really, son? I know he's trying to walk it back, but it's too late. As we say, check, don't let the alligator mouth write a check until bumblebee ass can't cash. I mean, come on, man. You don't want to put this dude, dog. Wow.
As soon as he said something, the whole team was like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
what are you thinking?
They can come cover for him. They're going to have to because you got Alabama piping mad, even though they won't have their all-world running back Jam Miller for a few weeks. Still, more than enough potent firepower on that football team.
Yeah, oh, that was funny. That was very funny. You're right. They're still popping off. Hey, this Clemson team's really interesting. Dabo's not been big on this transfer portal. He's got a few this year, but he's been fighting and he's still winning. What do you think of this Clemson team with Klubnik coming back at quarterback?
Well, they're back at it again. This is the configuration in which those championship teams for Clemson were built. You've got the quarterback, senior laden guy, Cade Klubnik. You've got the offensive line, veteran guys up there. You now have stellar wide receiver play again. And on the defensive side, this Peter Woods, if he's not high on these NFL draft boards, nobody is. Yeah. Because the way he plays technique-wise, his fundamentals are sick. He's a big, strong kid, uses power, striking these offensive linemen, getting rid of them. Then you got T.J. Parker at the edge position, one of the tops. I think he was 9.5, 10.5 sacks a season ago. He'll be possibly top 10, definitely first-round pick. And then in the secondary, Terrell at the cornerback position, as physical as they come. So they are stacked at every level of their defense. You can pretty much say the same on the offensive side of the ball. So Clemson is back at it again, like Yellow Beavy, baby.
Yeah, boy, you're not kidding. Hey, so back, I didn't ask. I know you went to Texas. I've been trying to fight away from that. But Texas at Ohio State, who do you like in that game? Ohio State obviously got a new quarterback, but got a lot of good players as well.
Yeah, they do. I think Texas is the better team this year. And that playoff game last year, just look at all the guys drafted off that defense, 8 or 9 guys that were taken, and they stayed because they wanted to win a national championship. They also wanted to beat Michigan, but we know that didn't happen. But they did get the natty. So they used a lot of that money they spent a season ago to retain their players, which is a big part of the game there, roster retention. I like Texas to win this ball game. Yeah, Arch doesn't have a lot of time as the starter, but he's got more than that other guy. If Texas can negate the all-world Jeremiah Smith at wide receiver, as they did in the playoff game back in January. I think he had 1 or 2 catches for 3 yards, something of that nature. That dude went to the toilet. They were right there with him to wipe his behind. And they're going to have to do that again. They've got to bracket him, make sure you take their best player out of the equation. And offensively, Texas is retooling their offensive line. Only one returning starter up front. Thank God Arch has some legs and can extend plays and possibly get out of trouble. But if they can hold up and this running game can provide some semblance of what they had a season ago, that should help Arch in that offense. I like Texas to win the ball game. It's going to be a hostile environment. Those fans of Ohio State are nuts, just like that Buckeye nut. They are nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm seriously, as a good buddy of mine said, it's as if Oklahoma fans and Arkansas fans, 2 of our 3 arch rivals, had a baby. That's how crazy they are in Columbus.
Yeah.
They are certifiable.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, before I let you go, Jeremiah Smith, what a freak of freaks, huh? That guy right out of high school down here in Miami, and he was we had a lot of great ones come through South Florida. I've never seen a guy make a jump from high school first year in college. He might have been the best wide receiver in the country last year.
Oh, no doubt, man. And I know Bama has the Ryan, what is it, Ryan?
Not
Smith
bad at
Ryan
all.
Williams.
Yeah, no, I forgot about him too.
Not bad
yeah.
at all.
No.
And Texas had a first round to go in the draft last year. But you're right. And seeing him at Big Ten Media Days this summer and just having a chance to talk to him, damn, that's a grown man already. And he's a wide receiver. He's bigger than me.
No, it's getting crazy. Oh, it is getting crazy. Brian, man, sure good talking to you, man. Really appreciate it. You have a great first week, man, and thank you so much.
You got it, man. Send me some of them fried lobsters.
Yeah. I'll make sure the first thing out after the show. Thanks, Brian.
Take care, buddy.
All right. Brian Jones, CBS College Football Today analyst. And if you get a chance, CBS show, it's a lot of fun. All right. Hey, listen, we got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. We are not done. Alan Poupart is going to join us in this 9 o'clock hour as well. We'll go over the Miami Dolphins stuff as a crazy day, man. And today, if you're wondering, 53, man, yesterday, still a little bit of work for the Miami Dolphins and still got to get a few more players on there and maybe make a change on a guy that's on the roster, take him off that might be injured. And then on top of that, start to put together 16 guys on a practice squad. Well, more on that right after this quick break.
Sports.
All right, welcome back. Good morning to everybody. Thanks for being with us. Hopefully you're listening on 104.3 where we got a much stronger signal, but if you're hanging, we still on 560, Woody? We still 560 AM
Yes,
too?
we are, Joe. Yes.
Great, thank you. So
You're welcome.
If you're old school 560, you're still good. And if you want to expand a little bit between Key West all the way up to north of Jupiter, 104.3, great to have you. Appreciate it. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And I have no idea what everybody's telling, they're going to do. Miami's going to do what they did last time when Notre Dame was a big favorite. They're going to kick their ass. And I just said, well, this is a little different situation this time around. They've actually got a really good team. Really, really good team. And Miami's got a good team, but they're not sure how good they are. They're going to have to win some games to get that confidence. And I think this can be Morrow's best team because I think it's going to be a lot better defensively in the secondary. I think in the front seven defensively, which will get tested in a big, big way against Notre Dame offensive line and those running backs. And then we'll see which receivers show up and Carson Beck and what kind of game he'll have, and all those things will come into play. By the way, I haven't heard anything bad about Carson Beck down there. Now, I'm not checking all the social media of what everybody's saying in the neighborhood and everything, but he throws the ball now. He could throw it. There's no question about it why some people had him as a top 10 pick before the season started last year. He can throw it. And now the question is, can he get some guys, get some separation and give him something to throw to? I don't care if they're true freshmen or they're transfer portal fifth-year guys. Doesn't really matter. Just got to find some guys that he can depend on. He's probably got a good idea right now who they are. He's been throwing to them. You build up great chemistry with certain guys. You trust them from scrimmages and everything else. So now we'll find out what that thing's going to look like. So I'm really, like you are, really curious to see what it's going to look like, Woody. What do you think, Wood? What's going to happen?
Oh boy, man. It's so I think the first thing is they have to control the tempo of the game, obviously, right? Like you cannot allow them to run. I think that's going to be one of the big things. I think Carson Beck's going to be just fine, by the way. I know there's a lot of talk around Carson Beck. I think he'll be just fine, Joe. I think the Canes are going to have a running game, so there's not going to be too much on his plate, hopefully. But I think the secondary is dramatically improved for Miami, right? I think that's going to be a big deal. As we saw the end of last season, that was dicey.
You may during this game, you may have to leave those cornerbacks and say, all right, you're going to have to cover these guys. We can't help you.
Yeah, but the question
we
becomes,
have some guys coming up.
Can you put them in those situations where they have to throw the ball, right? That's going to be another big thing too. But I just think overall the defense will be dramatically improved. But I also think, look, here's the other thing. You can't fall behind to this team early. Because if Miami goes down early, they're just going to keep running the football. And that's going to be problematic.
If it's in a close game, they're going to keep running the football. That's going to be priority one. I don't care how well C.J. Carr throws the football and how good his receivers are. He's got really good running backs, and everybody kind of agrees that they might have the best running back, and even the two guys that are going to be running next to him are really good players.
It's just kind of crazy to go from practicing on those fields to playing Notre Dame. So, like, you asked me how it's going to look, and it's very tough to predict, right? Everyone's got a different take on this game. Miami's slight underdogs. It's very, very tough to predict how this thing's going to look. But I think Carson Beck is going to be a lot better than people are giving him credit.
But it's not just going to be about Carson Beck.
His
guys got to get open. I mean, we can't get, this can't be Carson Beck dogpiling if every time he goes to throw and nobody's got any separation. That's going to be a problem. That won't work.
You know the deal, though, man. You know the deal now with the money, right? They're going to throw that back at him, and that's unfortunate, but that's just how it's going to be now. They're going to say, you made $4 million, you got to be better.
They're still joking about his Ferrari and the whole thing. You hear that. I heard it again on ESPN the other night.
Yeah, like the other
having
guys
a good laugh.
Like the guy in Michigan probably doesn't have a nice car, right?
I don't
know. The
know.
guy at Ohio State or the guy at Texas or any of the other big schools, right?
This guy This guy put himself with a girlfriend that was very well known at the time, and
Still
the car
well
got
known.
broken into, and one of them was a Ferrari.
Still well known, by the way.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's back. I don't know if she's rebounded yet and back dating again, is she?
I don't get that deep into the social media world. So
I saw they had
don't
some
know.
work done. That's the latest thing I saw. They had a little work done,
Mhm.
upper deck, had a little work done. They did it
Is that what we're
together.
calling it?
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we got a busy day with the Miami Dolphins coming up here with
How do you see it going? Get off the Dolphins for a second. How do you see this game shaking out?
This can be a tough one.
Tough to tell, right?
This can be a tough game for them to win. This is not Notre Dame that came down here before, and they got talent now. Listen, again, I've seen it. The team Miami has a lot of talent. They're playing against a team that's went to national championship team versus a team that came up short and couldn't win games at the end of the season. And even though you're real strong, I'll tell you a group that needs to have a really good game. The Canes offensive line needs to.
Yes.
They need to get out. You got to be able to run the football. Last thing I want is Carson Beck to drop back and throw it 45 times in the first week.
You do that, you've probably lost the
Probably
game.
not good. You got to have a balanced attack, and you got to be able to run it. I'm sure those guys been yapping about this and understand it.
Well, that's the old speed versus size thing, right, too? Like, you got to show – Miami's got to show their speed. I know Notre Dame's got big dudes.
Well, Miami's got two running backs, two 220-pound running backs, and you're going to have to probably rotate them in there and just got to be balanced. You got to take care of the football, and defensively, you got to get stops. If we're looking at 2nd and 2 and 2nd and 3, then –
but these games, all of them are kind of like the same thing, right? Like, can you tell me Ohio State, Texas? Like, can you tell me how you see that game?
I have no idea.
No clue, right?
I can't tell you
how about
about
Florida
anybody.
State, Alabama. We were just talking about that game.
I feel pretty good that Alabama's going to get after them pretty good.
Do you think they're going to blow them out?
They could.
Okay.
What's the spread? 13.5?
13.5.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
All right. But listen, there's going to be some upsets this week.
Yeah.
There's
Clemson,
no question.
You think Clemson's going to show up early in the season? Or they've laid some eggs in these openers.
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah, me too. But they've had some rough ones. So I think the opening week of college football, when you have these big matchups, it is a little bit difficult because you just don't know how good these teams are actually going to be.
Well, they got a pretty good idea because they're working off last year what you've added to your team. I disagree with that.
Well, FSU thought they were going to be good last year too.
I don't know if they did.
That's what they said at Media Day.
Well, I mean, what they say and what you look when you look.
Did you think they were going to be a 2-win team?
No, I thought they'd be a lot better. But they were historically from one year to the next. That's unbelievable how bad they were. That was really bad. All right, hey, listen, we got more stuff to get to. Alan Poupart, Miami Dolphins on SI.com and host of All Dolphins podcast, going to join us. We are going to break down that 53-man roster and talk about maybe work still to be done and a couple of surprises from yesterday. We'll have all that for you coming up next. Don't go away.